defender?
I don't know. The spare end, the spare end of Yarrawonga. I'm going to call it the river end of the ground today. So that's to the right of your radio dial. Dan Vaccaro is our number one stats man here on O&M Live. Who'll we taking a look at today,
Well,
D-Vac?
just before we get into the players, the stat Benny Tallarico. What were you doing in 2008?
2008?
Yep.
Oh, I don't know, mate.
You were 13.
Eating crayons.
13.
Eating crayons.
Eating crayons. Well, I'll tell you what, some of the things that were going on in the world in 2008. Breaking Bad had its debut first ever episode.
Great show.
Dustin Martin was in his draft year. Donald Trump was known as a real estate mogul, and that was about it, and a TV personality. And 2008 was the last time Cora Rutherglen beat Yarrawonga.
Wow.
So we've got to go all the way back to 08, where the world was a different place.
That's the longest, isn't it, in the league?
The longest in the league.
Yeah,
So
wow.
today, they have a good chance. But yes, 2008, last time Cora beat Yarrawonga. But straight into the 40-wing stat sheet on the back of that. For Yarrawonga, we're doing Willie Wheeler. His numbers, he's been superb this year, averaging 26 disposals a game. Mark Wiley, his return game, really keen to see how he goes. Jack Elliott, the ruckman, averaging 20 disposals and 30 hit-outs a game. Cam Wilson and Dan Howe. For Corowa, Jed Longmire coming out of the VFL, the superstar Stephen May, Will Chandler, Jai Lane, and the main distributor of halfback for Corowa, Liam McCarthy.
Nice.
Any team stats in terms of where these teams rank or anything,
Well,
Dan, over the course of the year that you can tell us about?
As we said, it might be a little bit null and void seeing the different team Corowa have, but the one thing I'm probably a little bit concerned about is the midfield battle. I think Yarrawonga are third in the league for clearances and second in the league for hit-outs. Corowa sit last in both those brackets. So that's where I think Yarrawonga can really get on top. And they're second in the league, Yarrawonga, for disposal, so they love having the football in hand, and third in the league for kicks. So Corowa don't really rank in the top six for any of those, so it could be a tough day, but they've got a really good team on paper here, Corowa, so it could be a different story.
Yeah, and obviously Stephen May lining up at centre-half back for the Roos.
Hey,
and
there it
look,
is.
how's this? He's lining up on 17-year-old Baxter Donovan at the moment for Yarra. So Baxter's just come out of the Bushrangers and he's lining up on Stevie May.
Yeah, great learning curve for young Baxter, that's for sure.
You can see, extremely.
So there we go. We're about a minute away from getting underway here. No, we're about to ball it up right now. Yarrawonga versus Cora Rutherglen. First quarter underway for A-grade oils and batteries here on O&M Live. Clancy and Big Ag, Jack Elliott going at it in the ruck. And it's a free kick to Cam Wilson, the former Cora Rutherglen best and fairest winner, playing against his former side today. His kick was looking for Irvine. It was cut off by Shutt at half-back for Cora Rutherglen. Flicks it out to the tennis court side of the JC Low Oval. On the wing, it's in the hands of Pickle Rick Lavis. Got the bright orange boots. He's a good operator. Pumps it to half forward. Good mark has been taken by Purcell. And lying on the ground, he gets a hand pass away to Curry. Wobbly old kick to the top of the goal square, and it goes out of bounds for a boundary throw and an attacking entry here for Cora Rutherglen.
Yeah, it was a good start then, good bit of ball movement, obviously a great intercept by Shuddy across half back, and that's what Cora are going to need to do today. They're going to have to make the ground really big, open it up, and try and hurt Yarra on the outside. So probably just need a little bit more composure there inside forward 50.
Shallow boundary throw-in was read by Jack Elliott. Getting a kick away was Cam Wilson. Stephen May with his first little toe poke off the ground level. Raven Jolliffe loads up again for Corowa. Kicks it into the pocket. McCarthy pushing forward. Well done, Fronfelder wearing the long sleeves. On to Mark Wiley. Welcome back to the Ovens of Murray, Mark Wiley. And he's brought down holding the ball by Will Chandler, the Corowa star, back in for his first game today since I think round 5 or round 4. He's missed with a nasty knee injury. It's heavily bandaged. Kick into the pocket is a beautiful kick. Kalen Bradkey, who's been goalless in 3 of his last 4 games, will have a shot 5 metres in from the boundary. He'll kick it from 50.
Yeah, I think Mark just thought he was just taking a nice stroll up in Darwin and just had no awareness there that Will Chandler, and that's what you want from your mids, from your half forwards, that good pressure when the ball's exiting out of D50. So I know Krez and the coaches will be wrapped with how the Roos have started, and yeah, this would be a fantastic start if KB can go back and slot this.
So as I said, it's a pretty hard kick. You'll kick from 2 or 3 metres in from the boundary. 45 metres out. Kalen Bradkey, drop punt on the way, is a little shallow. And it's through for 1 minor score. Cora Rutherglen 1 behind. Yarrawonga yet to score. We've played, I would say, a couple of minutes on the Club My Whaler time clock here in the opening quarter. D-back?
Yeah, that would have been a really good start for Kalen Bradkey. He's had a couple of quiet weeks for his really high standards, but just fading right at the moment. But good start by Corowa. 3 repeat inside 50s already.
Willie Wheeler tumbles it down the line. A contest between Longmire and Donovan, and Cam Wilson with another disposal. His left foot kick was a little bit shallow. Tommy Forrest with an intercept possession for Coro off half back. Good kick down the wing. Finds Stephen May for his first disposal. The premiership star from the Melbourne Football Club playing at East Ringwood. Kicks down the line. Did Elliott get pushed in the back by Bradkey? Umpire says no. Scrimmage at half forward for Corowa. And the umpire says, give it to me.
It was fantastic work by Tommy Forrest then to come off his man and take that risk and get the intercept. And it was great ball use then by Maisie too.
He reads the footy so well, young Tommy Forrest. He knows when to go and when to stay.
Jai Lane wasn't able to pick the football up. May, look at him try and tackle him. They weren't able to. His hand pass was intercepted. Baxter Donovan, brought down by Jai Lane and Longmire. And it's a free kick holding the ball. They play on with an advantage here, Cora Rutherglen. There's a whistle off the ball, and it looks like it's going to be a 50-metre free kick.
Wow. And
a shot on goal for Cora Rutherglen.
Yeah, I don't know who did it, but obviously Will Chandler just got hit off the ball then. The umpire was able to see it. So, yeah, this will be a great start for the Roos, who've started with plenty of energy. I've been impressed with how they're moving the football.
They have. They've been fantastic. They're a lot of bite off half back as well when they're moving the ball quickly. And Will Chandler, he started really well. A couple of disposals for him on the 40-wing stat sheet. He should put this through, Benny.
So he's directly in front is Will Chandler. For the perfect start for Corowa, who have done all the attacking here at the JCLO Oval. Good crowd in. Will Chandler makes no mistake. They get around him. And Corowa get the first one here in the first quarter. For A-grade Alls and Batteries, 1-1-7 to the Pigeons yet to score on the Macca's scoreboard.
Yeah, it looks like there's a little bit in this at the moment. A few of the Coro boys seem to be getting stuck into Cam Wilson at the moment. So obviously, past best and fairest winner at the Roos, and yeah, it seems to be a little bit of heat in this one. So I think we're going to be in for a great contest.
It does, and as we said earlier, Coro have had a really good start, a real energetic start. I guess that holding the ball on Mark Wiley really spoke volumes of Corowa's energy and the way they're playing off the half-back. And that man, Stephen May, which a lot of people are coming here to watch, he started the game with a couple of disposals as well, playing centre-half-back.
So the perfect start for the Roos.
He's lost the ball here, I reckon, Blake.
It's gone into the Caravan Park water park here at the JCLO Oval. Of course, you've got the orange water slide, which you can see in the background. Our cameraman, Travie Cartwright, might pan to the left. It is a holiday destination, and the JCLO Oval is parked directly inside a caravan park, Benny T.
Yep, smack bang in the middle of it, where we are surrounded by caravans here, aren't we, Dan?
It is. It's obviously the long weekend, the King's birthday weekend, which I don't really give a stuff about, but a lot of people like to come to the footy, and that's what it's good for, boys.
Yeah, surely just get the replacement ball
Nah,
out
come
here.
on.
Like this is taking a bit too long.
Why don't we have a replacement footy right on
the boundary, just ready to go? Yeah.
They're trying to get one on the bench right now.
This is like the lot fiasco last week at Lavie. This is the football fiasco. Surely just have a couple of footies spare.
Ready to roll.
There we go. It looks as if, they've just chucked it away because they don't like it.
Okay.
So we are footyless here at the JCLO Oval.
Yeah.
A young fella in the caravan park has run away with the Sharon.
Can we just, obviously while this is happening, can we rewind to what happened in the twos? Because it was one thing that we've never seen before.
Okay, so
ever.
Will you tell the story, please, Dan, if people have just joined us?
Cora Rutherglen were out, ready to go in the third quarter. Yarrawonga not even out of the rooms. They got to the boundary line and the umpire decided to throw the ball up. Cora walking into their goals without the other team on the field. Yeah, never seen it.
Yeah, Yarra obviously got up by 10 points in the end, but it would have been massive if Cora had have won by a
went
goal.
down by a kick.
Yeah.
We have a footy and we're back in the middle with a restart. Clarence with a great little throw up there from my man. Edging out the kick there was Yarrawonga out of the middle of the deck. Stephen May left the football behind. Shut calm across half back. Goes out wide to Jai Lane. Good build up here for Cora Rutherglen. It's in the hands of Curry. Out on the far side. They find Purcell. Wheels around on the left. In towards full forward. There is Purcell. His kick was a high up and under. Dan Howe on hands and knees. Urquhart, safe little kick to Harry Wheeler at half back. Yarrawonga have the football. Down the line, a good kick marked here by Baxter Donovan, the Bushranger. He kicks the ball to half forward for Yarrawonga, looking for Irvine, but Tommy Forrest, who's averaging 4 intercept marks a game, does just that for Coro at half back.
Yeah, it's the cornerstone of his game is his intercept game. He's so strong overhead and reads it so well.
They've started really well, Coro. The one thing I've been super impressed with is their kicking skills have been second to none this opening 5 minutes. They're just taking off that simple kick and executing it really, really good.
Correct.
Here's Jai Lane, of course, the former Perth Demon over in the Waffle.
Good cricketer, Jai Lane, as well. Very fast bowler.
Well, I wouldn't be facing him. His kick turned over on the wing, though, and Yarrawonga rebound through Harry Wheeler just lost his footing. Likewise, Forge. They pile in on the point of the square, and we have a ball up just forward to centre here for Yarrawonga, who trail 1-1-7 to Yarrawonga yet to score. Rutherglen 1-1-7 on the Macca's scoreboard. 7 minutes played in the opening quarter. Ayres clears defensive lines for Corowa. Good mark has been taken by Brad Ryan. His first game since round 4 for Yarrawonga. He's flown down from Darwin for the King's Birthday long weekend clash. He goes short to Big Jack Elliott. Just his numbers again, Dan, for the average for the year for Big Jack Elliott.
Yeah, so 20 disposals for Jack Elliott and 30 hit-outs a game. So, superstar player.
Finds Whooper Irvine. It looks like he is playing forward today for Yarrawonga. This is a good methodical build-up. On to Dan Howe. Doesn't break the 50. Good kick. Finds Maxi Finlay sliding in on hands and knees, and he will have Yarrawonga's first shot on goal, 47 metres out slide angle.
Been impressed with the ball movement by both teams. I think Coro, as you said, are just taking what Yarra are giving them and able to use it. And I feel like the times that they have gone long, they've just kicked it to Yarrawonga's spare. So Yarra then obviously a little bit more patient, and we're able to find the lead up at the leg, which is often the easiest one to hit.
Yeah, they just needed a couple of minutes of just calm, I think, Yarrawonga, and able to play their kicking game in that passage. So it could be a good game once this game settles.
The former Farah League Team of the Year, CSU Bush Pig, one of the great team names in football, that is. Maxi Finlay, who's been a bit of a goal kicker this year. That is straight through the high little from Maxi Finlay. And what's his song? A little bit of Dire Straits, money for nothing here at the JC Low Oval. They put on a show, Yarrawonga. They answer 1 straight 6 to Rutherglen 1-1-7.
I don't mind music.
It's good. It's good. Every player, I'm sure, gets to pick it. Great choice there, the old Dire Straits. Way before my time, Benny. Maybe closer to Pandas if you look at his hair. But no, it's a very good goal there by Yarrawonga. And they just settled that last couple of minutes, didn't they? And that's probably what they needed. And it's going to be a really good contest, I think. Both teams, we might not get the Panda curse and might be close today.
Fingers crossed.
Back in the middle, Tommy Gorman with the hit out. Wilson swooping on the footy. There's a whistle and a free kick. Yarrawonga want the advantage. They were away, but the umpire brings it back as he should. And Willie Wheeler is going to reload. Checks his kick at the last minute onto the lead again, a Maxi Finlay. Will we get Dire Straits money for nothing twice inside 30 seconds? He is lining up directly in front. Slide angle.
That's fantastic forward craft by the forward line there. To be able to, on a slow reset, because the ball had to come back, to be able to still have that amount of space and those leading lanes to hit up. And really, that could have gone to 2 Yarrawonga Pigeons then. They could raffle that off then. So, now it's fantastic work by the Yarra forwards.
Maxi Finlay for 2 inside 30 seconds. And to give Yarrawonga the lead for the first time today in the opening quarter. Just breaks the arc of the 50. Drop punt on the way is a beauty from Maxi Finlay. He's got the first 2 for Yarrawonga. Hit play on money for nothing. And Yarrawonga, they lead 2 straight 12 to Rutherglen 1-1-7 on the Macca scoreboard.
That's just about undefendable, I'd say. That kick there by Willie Wheeler was absolutely top shelf. It was... the way it was low, it was hard, and it was quick. And Yarrawonga, good forward craft to get on the lead. But that kick from Willie Wheeler, I'll tell you what, there's not a whole lot Darren Creswell could do about that.
No, not at all. And I think it's probably when you probably need your mids to work back hard inside 50 to try and sit in a couple of those lanes and make it harder for the forwards to press up at it.
We've got the music, we've got a big crowd, we've got Stephen May. It is all happening here at the JC Low Oval. And here come Coro again. Out of the middle through Curry. Silver service. And it's been marked by, I think, Cannell, is it? Or no, Purcell?
Deegan, yep.
Deegan Purcell has marked sliding down low directly in front for the instant reply for Kyle Rutherglen, and he has been a goal kicker this year.
Tell you what, not a bad first centre bounce attendance for Joey Hansen there with the hit out to advantage. So look at that, Joe at his age is adding a few strings to his bow. I'm very impressed.
So he's kicked 12 goals and kicked 4 a few weeks ago against Myrtleford. On the way, Purcell. It's not going to make the distance, and it's been marked by Brad Ryan in the goal square for Yarrawonga. Disappointing result there for the Roos. Yarrawonga lead 12-7 for Maccas. We've gone 11 minutes for Club Mile Whaler in the opening quarter. Exiting kick from the Pigeons wasn't great, and Fothergill's under pressure. Hand pass found its way to Willie Wheeler. Was a bit speculative. There's Webster. Gibbons spoke about him in the pre-game. Our pre-game guest, Michael Gibbons. Baxter Donovan tried to show a little bit of candy. And Will Chandler said no sirree and bumped him over the boundary line. A throw in on true centre wing. The Pigeons by 5 points.
can sort of see that Yarra outside of half-back are trying to get that forward hand pass. It's the flavour of the month at the moment at AFL level, and it really seems to be a centrepiece of a lot of teams' ball movement. So Yarra trying to get that going off half-back at the moment.
Yeah, for sure. You look, it's obviously Sydney in the AFL that love to move that ball off the half-back with their hands. It's a quicker way of doing so, and Yarrawonga looked to do it okay there.
Boundary thrown was recalled, and the umpire did a better job that time, the young man. And we have another ball up right in front of the scoreboard. Just some early numbers, if we can, Dan Vaccaro at the 12th minute mark for Club Mulwala.
Yeah, well, Willie Wheeler, he's up to 4 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet, averaging 26 for the year. Cam Wilson as well has had the 3, and Dan Howe the 3 as well.
Curry quickly inside 50. And once again, Brad Ryan with an intercept mark for Yarrawonga. The former Tatura captain and Pint captain in the NT. They flick it out wide here at halfback. It's been marked by Fronfelder for the Pigeons. Coming off 28 disposals last week in the long sleeves. Labours along the wing. Goes short to Wiley. Wasn't able to mark. Was he grabbed high? Umpire says no, play on. Was able to get an effective hand pass away. Howe, Lovell, Wilson. Almost crunched by Curry. Spun out of traffic and floated a kick to the half-back. It's been marked by Webster, and Yarrawonga can reload and go forward with presence. Out on the far side is Cokill. Able to reset and go short. Finds Nick Fothergill, the smooth operator. That is his song if he kicks a goal from Shard 8. Fothergill into the pocket, looking for Jack Elliott. Not able to get to the football. And we'll have a boundary throw in 40 out from Yarrawonga goal.
The one thing I was really impressed with there, Benny Tull, was the running power of Yarrawonga to spread and make the ground as big as possible and get that overlap. That was really good in the opening quarter.
Yeah, I agree. That was midfield work then. Cam Wilson and a few working well across the ground then.
I feel like Cam Wilson loves to play well against his old side. He was probably best on ground when they met 4 weeks ago. Would cop a fair bit of advice out there, I reckon. And it's a free kick for a high. And it's going to go the way of Archie Jakes, the young under-18 interleague captain. This will be 3 in a row for Yarrawonga. He'll have to kick 5 metres in from the boundary tight angle.
Yeah, I think Archer's got this in his kit bag. Very skillful player. Can do it both sides of his body as well. So I think he's going to be one that's going to play a lot of football for the Yarrawonga Pigeons going forward. And yeah, this would be a really good start and response for Yarrawonga.
So he's a left footer, is Archie Jakes. Tied up against the boundary. He's going to go the traditional drop pump. The kick on the way is magnificent from Archie Jakes. He's got some skill, that young man. Yarrawonga 3 in a row. They lead 18-7 for Maccas.
Yeah, really fitting in the keeping of this game. The skill level is just really, really high, and that kick there was beautiful. And after a good start by Cora, where Yarrawonga just making the most of their opportunities, Benny. 5 entries inside 50, and they're making the most of it. They kicked a couple of goals, and their main offenders are getting their hands on the footy. Willie Wheeler, Mark Wiley, Cam Wilson, Dan Howe as well.
Yeah, exactly right. I think the big thing for Cora right now is they've got to tidy up those entries going inside forward 50. Yarrawonga have been far more efficient going in.
Back in the middle and roving beautifully is Cam Wilson. Into the pocket once again for Cokill. Good fist from Stephen May. Cora defence under the pump. Forrest sweeps up onto Lavis. He's got a short option. Running hard for him was Elijah Amory. Got crunched the other way by Dan Howe. And Yarrawonga almost forced the turnover. Ball up, edge of the square. They just lifted a little bit here, Benny T, for Avis.
They have. The energy from Yarrawonga has been really, really strong.
18 plays 7, last 3 in a row for the Yarrawonga Pigeons at the 16th minute mark of the opening quarter. All thanks to A-grade oils and batteries here on O&M Live. Blake Pandarescott with you for the Wang Pump Shop. Benny Tallarico for Avis Wangaratta and Dan Vaccaro on the 40-wing stat sheet. Just some numbers again in this opening quarter if we can, D-Vac. Rolling stoppages at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And the inside 50 count is pretty even. Yarrawonga 5, Cora Rutherglen 2. Both teams have taken 2 marks inside forward 50 as well.
McCaffrey nudged it off the deck. Wheeler, that's Harry. Hand pass was smothered. Able to regather, but his hand pass was intercepted by Axelby. Bit of a no-look hand pass. Puts Hanson under pressure at halfback. Forge burrows in for Yarrawonga. We have a stoppage just outside their attacking 50 in between the 50-metre arc and the centre square.
Some individual stat keepers as well. Cam Wilson, 5 disposals. And Dan Howe's had the 5 disposals as well for Yarra.
Ball up, whistle. 100 metres off the ball. The umpire has seen something. Yarrawonga want an advantage, but that cannot be paid, surely.
No, everyone stopped. And I think Elijah Amory's trying to run with Cam Wilson here. And I think he got tied up with Harry Wheeler, who was laying a good block, and that's what led to the high contact.
He must have spider senses, that umpire, to see it from that far away, Blake. Wow.
Yes, yes. Well, they have been looking at off-the-ball incidents over the last couple of weeks. It's been a trend. And Harry Wheeler has the football. He goes short to Dan Howe, who dummies around one, can load up from 50. Kick is sublime. On the left, if you don't mind, from Dan Howe. Finds Benny Cogill, top of the goal square.
Yeah, they're just getting way too much time, top of 50 with ball in hand. And good teams like Yarrawonga, they're going to use the football well. And credit to the forwards as well. It's not just on the ball user. You've got to be able to get your timing and your presentation right. And Yarra's forwards have been very, very hot to start this quarter.
Can't give Dan Howe that much space outside 50.
Nope.
That's the thing that hurts.
Ben Cogill, 10 goals for the year. He's directly in front, 25 metres out, comes in and pops it straight through the middle.
Loves it.
Yarrawonga with 4 on the bounce. They lead 3 straight 24 to Corrubbligan 1-1-7 on the Macca's scoreboard. 18 played for Club Mulwala.
Yeah, as we said, really clean use of skill by Yarrawonga. But I guess the thing that Cora will be disappointed about is what you touched on, Benny, is they're not closing down the plays that they need to. Like if you've got Dan Howe 55 metres out in 20 metres of space, he can basically do what he wants, and that's probably where it hurts. So Yarrawonga, very clean execution of skills, but Corrubbligan just got to be a little bit tighter in those scenarios as well.
Yep,
You're on Song Watch, Devac. Do you know what this one is?
Rock the Casbah.
Yes, by the Clash. Well done, Devac. Joe Hansen with another hit out in the middle of the ground. That's what you heard from Benny Tellerico on the specials. Would have been paying pretty good odds to win hit outs in the middle of the centre bounce, Joe Hansen, at the start of the day. He's up against Jack Elliott, a man twice his size. Urquhart was swung around in a tackle, edged the ball 40 metres forward for Yarra. Ayres has to be cleaned at half-back for Corowa. Wasn't. Forrest worried off the football. Irvine was brought down in a tackle that had to be holding the ball. He wasn't able to get a hand pass away. Donovan, bit of a no-looker onto Forge, brought down in a McCarthy tackle. Yarrawonga getting a fair bit of time to get rid of the football here. And Corowa safely see it over the boundary line for a throw-in 10 metres around from their goal. But they are under the pump, Ben Tellerico for Avis.
They certainly are. Everything that they're doing, the pressure from Yarrawonga has been good. Probably a couple tackles like stiff not to get hold of the ball there. But, yeah, the pressure's been fantastic around the footy.
Boundary throw-in, Gorman. Oh, Fothergill almost got cleaned off the line there. Hansen under traffic. Kick went about 12 metres. It's been marked by McCarthy to half-back, but he's been called to play on. Hand pass puts Axelby under pressure. Inboard kick turned over at half forward in a dangerous position for Yarrawonga. Elliott almost cleaned up Amory. Fothergill snaps it inside 50. Forrest puts himself in a dangerous position. And Tommy Forrest takes the mark for Corrubbligan.
Probably been Corrub's best at the moment. Young Tommy Forrest looks pretty composed down back. He's going to be put under the pump from what we've seen so far in the first quarter.
Yeah, I think that's his 3rd intercept mark for the quarter. He's been fantastic, getting himself into really good spots.
20 minutes played for Club Mulwala, opening term. Yarrawonga with the last 4. They lead by 17 points. Chandler, good through traffic, able to get past Dan Howe. Shrugs his tackle. Inside forward 50. Bradkey running back towards goal. A good kick from Chandler, and Bradkey can line up for his first goal in a couple of weeks.
And that's what they've got to do. They've got to be pretty direct, not muck around with it too much and allow Yarra to get their numbers back inside defensive 50. The more looks Corowa can get with an open forward line, the better. If you can get KB in one-on-ones, that's going to work in Corowa's favour massively.
Yeah, and pretty simple game footy. You get in the hands of your best players, they're going to execute the kicks as well.
We'll go around the ground soon for the premix king, as Kalen Bradkey is lining up for Corrubbligan's second goal of the afternoon. They need this. Kick the first. They've let the last 4 in. The horns are putting him off, but that kick is true from KB. He gets his first. Cora get their second. 2-1-13 to 4 straight 24. Yarra up on the Macca's scoreboard.
Yeah, beautiful finish there by KB, and we'll go around the grounds as well. Of course, there's other games going on. It's Wodonga Raiders with a jump on North Albury. 4 straight 24 plays North Albury 1-0-6. And then at McNamara Reserve, it's Murderford 1 goal 4-10 plays Wangaratta yet to score. At Albury 0 goals 2 plays Wodonga 2 goals 2-14. And then Wangaratta Rovers 15 plays Lavington 6 at WJ Finlay Oval.
Very good. I think that's what Corowa are going to need more of, and they really needed that goal just to stem a bit of Yarra's momentum.
3 of the last 4 games, KB's been goalless, but not today. Wilson, once again, Cam, good kick, goes out wide. The defensive square It's been marked by Cooper Webster in the bright pink boots. You can't miss him, Benny T.
No, not at all. Brand new ones by looks of it.
Little 9-9 looking for Cam Wilson. It's been turned over as Lane wins the football for Corowa. Stephen May with a high footy off a step. Good body work there.
Texan.
It has. It's the Texan who marks. Swings around on the right. Kicks long towards full forward. 2 to beat down there was Longmire. Wasn't able to mark. And Yarrawonga defence through Brad Ryan. Good kick finds Harry Wheeler deep in defence for Yarrawonga. We're doing his numbers, Dan.
We're not. We're doing Brother Willie, though, and he's had 5.
Goes short to Lovell. Chipping. Exiting kick finds Cooper Webster. Got some skills, does Cooper. The ball at half back here. He's going to go long down the line. Looking for Donovan. Elliott out the back. Cogill floats in from the side. It beats all comers and gets out the back of the contest. Curry first there for Corowa. Went with the double shrug. And Maxi Finlay caught him holding the ball. Lets him know about it. And a free kick to Yarrawonga on true centre wing. They can reload again here. They lead by 11 points at the 23rd minute mark for Maccas. Inside forward 50. Gorman resting forward. Roving this football and snapping on goal. It's a high one from Charlie McKenna. And it's across the face for a minor score. And Yarrawonga go to 4-1-25. Corowa 2-1-13. It's a 12-point lead for Maccas in the opening quarter.
Yeah, great forward pressure then from was it McKenna that came up at the football and got the hold of the ball. So that's what you want from your forwards, emptying out and putting pressure on the ball, moving upfield.
Raven Jolliffe has run into real trouble from the kick-in duties and decides to torpedo punt it out to the far back flank, but it's been marked and turned over. Big Jack Elliott. How many for him, D-Vac?
Jack Elliott's about to have his 4th, Panda.
It's been very good. The big ruckman sits it into a dangerous leading lane. Good mark. Tom Longmire in defence for Corowa. Goes by hand to Stephen May. His kick was smothered. And Corowa are under the pump in defence once again. Forrest, did he have a hand free to get rid of it? Umpire says no. Pretty lucky, and a ball up just inside attacking 50 for Yarra.
Really good tackle by Cooper Webster there. He was able to pin the hand and make life pretty hard from Tommy Forrest.
So there's no ruckman for Corowa. Cogill taps it straight down to Cam Wilson. Umpire says, give it to me.
Cam Wilson started well, 6 disposals for him. He just looks like the main beneficiary in their midfield brigade today, doesn't he?
Yeah, very busy, very busy.
Jai Lane, tackled by Cam Wilson. Of course, former teammates in 2022. And another ball up. 5 metres inside Yarrawonga's forward 50. Wheeler just got held. Yep, just got the jumper tugged by McCaffrey. And Willie Wheeler, who has been a goal kicker this year, will line up. Slight angle. 50 out. He doesn't look confident though, Benny.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Look like it'll be interesting to see if a few more leads come up out of the square.
Now he settles on the option of going for a goal. We'll have to kick this 52, 53 metres. He arcs around on the right. Gets a fair bit of height. The kick might be all right. I reckon that's touched on the line.
No, got it.
Oh, the umpire, I reckon, is going to give it a goal. I thought that was touched, just from the naked eye. The boundary umpire, the goal umpire, and the field umpire all converging in the goal square here. And the right decision has been made.
Very true, very true.
The right decision has been made. That was touched on the line. 26 Yarrawonga, 13 Cora Rutherglen, and they kick in quickly from the kick-in at half-back. It's Jed Longmire, Benny T.
Yeah, I reckon our arc's working better than the AFL's at the moment.
What do they do there with the 4 umpires? Is it just majority rules and that's how they decide? Is that why there's 4?
Yeah, they all get to give their opinion on what they saw, so I don't like that. That's fine.
I don't mind it.
Yeah, quick decision too.
Right decision was made. Chandler has the football just outside attacking 50. A bullet into the pocket and a one-hand pluck has been marked by Deegan Purcell. I thought the kick had a little bit too much pepper on it, but Deegan Purcell stuck out the right bicep and he will line up. Tight angle, 10 metres in from the boundary, 20 out.
I'll tell you what, Benny, if you want the secret ingredient on how to win this game against Yarra, get the ball in the hands of Will Chandler as much as possible. He's had 6 disposals already, but he uses it.
Yes. It's quality touches.
Purcell, drop punt on the way, is just pushed to the right. And that's his second behind. Sorry, his first behind, because his first shot on goal didn't make the distance. Corowa 2-2-14 to Yarrawonga 4-2-26. 27 minutes played for Club Mile Whaler in the opening quarter. All thanks to A-grade oils and batteries. Willie Wheeler goes by hand. Out of defence, they find Cam Wilson. He was crunched by Tommy Longmire, who made him earn it, which is what you like to see from a big man. A bit of presence.
Don't mind it.
As the siren sounds to end the opening quarter. An entertaining one. Hit the JC Lowe Oval. The Pigeons 4-2-26 lead Corowa 2-2-14. It's O&M Live on Edge FM And at O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
SS&A, this is your place.
All right. I love you. Have a good shift.
The all-new Nissan Navara, built for the grid shift.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Explore where your new home begins. Discover our designs. Discover local land. Discover what's possible. Visit Sundancer Homes' new sales centre and showroom at 482 Kiowa Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
This goes out to all the athletes, the fitness buffs, and the huff and puffs. On your marks, get set. Find your perfect fit at the athlete's foot.
O&M Live on Edge FM.
JC Low Oval, your King's birthday long weekend destination here on O&M Live. Round 8 Ovens and Murray footy. Yarrawonga with a nice 12-point lead at quarter time, 26-14 over Corowa Rutherglen. Stephen May's playing for Corowa. How many numbers did he have in the first quarter, Dan, as we head to our quarter's best, all thanks to the Premix King?
Thanks, Blake. Yeah, Stephen May sort of hasn't had the the biggest opening quarter. He only had the 3 disposals there, so non-factor at the moment, but obviously you can throw the magnets around. Benny, we're talking about you can maybe go forward or even in the ruck and have an impact. We know how talented he is, but that leads us to our quarter's best, obviously. Cam Wilson for Yarrawonga was superb that quarter. He looks to be their main beneficiary in the midfield. He's had 7 disposals. He was super, and for Corra, I think young Tommy Forrest was excellent that quarter. He was under a fair bit of siege for their 11 inside 50s, Yarrawonga, but he held up pretty well, and he used the ball well too, and reads the play better than most in the Corra back line for mine.
Yeah, no, I agree. I thought, Tom's intercept game was fantastic then, and I probably had him just ahead of Cam, and then probably Will Chandler I thought was really good. Ball use forward of the midfield and going inside forward 50 was really strong as well. So, but you're right. I think if Corra want to get back in this, especially around the football, someone's going to have to go do a job on Cam Wilson because he's been really busy.
You're absolutely right. And around the grounds as well, Raiders 24, North Albury 18, so they've come back. Murderford 13 to Wangaratta 6. The big one at the Albury Sports Ground, the 150th anniversary game. Albury 0 goals 3, Wodonga 5-4, 34.
Wow.
So that's a huge start for Wodonga to try and spoil their party. And the other game at WJ Finlay over Wangaratta Rovers 17 to Lavington 6.
Yet to kick a goal.
Yet to kick a goal.
Jeez.
Oh, they won't be happy at the sports ground.
I reckon everyone else will be there.
You said it, not me. And I repeat, Dan does not speak on behalf of the O&M Live call team. Just to save my arse and Ben's. 26 to 14 as we restart the second quarter here for Jacob Hino on O&M Live. Of course, Yarra did kick 4 on the trot after Corra kicked the first goal in that opening quarter. What will the trend be here in the second quarter? The JC Low Oval. What crowd do you think we got in here, boys? I reckon we got a really good crowd.
I reckon 3 or 4.
1,000?
Maybe. Or maybe I'm off.
Gee whiz. I like how optimistic you are, Benny T.
I thought I was going a bit overzealous saying 2,000.
I reckon about 1,500 at best.
There's a lot of people sitting around.
Joe Hansen goes down the line. It's been marked by Liam McCarthy at half forward for Corra, who got called to play on as he slipped over. Goes to my man, the Texan, into the pocket, looking for Bradkey on the outstretched arms. Was not able to mark. To the man who thinks there's 4,000 people here, Benny Tallarico for Avis Wangaratta.
I reckon there's
still green, isn't he, old Benny?
There's easily 2,000 sitting underneath us right now.
You're counting the caravan park.
We can't, I'm counting all the caravans as well, Dan.
Okay, there you go.
Rounding up.
It is a really good crowd, but there's not 4,000 people here, Benny. I could tell you
on the
that
spot
right
later.
now.
I'm going to run with 1,700.
So a boundary throw in deep in Corra's attack. We've played about a minute for Club Mile Whaler in the second quarter. Lots of players around the pill. Will Chandler with the fend off, trying to find his left foot, caught holding the ball.
Good tackle.
Not 1 but 2 tackles. And in the end, Tyler Lovell wraps him up. In fact, I think it's Blake Keens for Yarrawonga. He definitely wrapped him up, but he's not getting the free kick. It's Forge.
It's stiff.
For the Pigeons. Top of his defensive goal square. Kick off the instep was shallow. Longmire almost impeded for Corra. Quick kick comes out for Yarrawonga. It's been marked by Baxter Donovan, who just put Angus Curry right on his ass. Donovan swings around on the left foot. Kick has a bit of purchase on it to half forward. Cokill not able to mark, and a boundary throw in to the left of that marquee on centre wing that is packed out there. There must be 2,000 people in it, Benny Tallarico.
Oh, easily 2,000. That was a great effort. 2-on-1 there by Cody Shutt just to force that out. Otherwise, Yarra were off to the races.
Boundary throw in. Clancy, front posse, got the tap down. Curry not able to grab the footy effectively, and another boundary throw in right in front of that marquee. Still 26 to 14. No score, DVAC in this second quarter.
Got word on what the marquee is for, or Bucks party, or a
past players, maybe?
Probably doesn't look as rowdy to be a Bucks party, I reckon.
No, there'd be blokes on the top of it if it was a Bucks party.
Correct.
There's sort of 60 and 70-year-olds in that marquee. I mean, there's no discrimination for Bucks parties, but I'm just putting 2 and 2 together. There's a free kick here. It's going to go the way of Corra. No idea why, but Elijah Amory has the free kick at half-back. Gives it off to a teammate. They go down the line. Here's Longmire. Jed back in for his first game since round 3, the captain. Kicks to half forward looking for Bradkey. Good fist from Ryan, who's got that matchup. First one there's Clancy, who gets that Sharon over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in at half forward for Corowa. 3 minutes played in the second quarter for Jacob Hino. Dan Vaccaro, 40 winks.
How long do you reckon until they make that move where Stephen May probably does go forward? I reckon that's probably the position where I want to see him most. I don't think he's having an impact at half back. I'd like to see him go forward.
Cam Wilson loops one over to Baxter Donovan. A running barrel carries 60 metres inside 50 for Yarrawonga. Forrest is the first one back there. Irvine runs after him, applies the tackle. Umpire says, give it a mate. Yarrawonga have transferred the football inside their own attacking 50 here. Early stages still second quarter for Jacob Hino. Cokill doing the ruck work inside forward 50, able to grab his own tap, high up and under to the right of the goal square, and it trickles across the line for a boundary throw in. Benny Tallarico for Avis Wangaratta.
I think the big thing that I liked then, and probably the difference between the two sides, Yarrawonga at half back then were able to get the ball offline. And yeah, it was a bit of a scraggly kick, but it went to space and it went to an even contest where I feel like Coro, when they go down the line, it's either to an out number or it's to someone that's under the pump. So you can just sort of see the difference in ball movement when they're trying to get it offline.
Elijah Amory by hand to Lavis. They link up to Curry at half back for the Roos. Bit of a wobbly old kick looking for Longmire. That's Jed down the line. McCaffrey tackle without the football. Jed Longmire just taps it forward for Cora Rutherglen. Forge goes by hand to Fronfelder. This is good for pressure here by Cora, trying to force the turnover, and they do. Chandler with another inside 50 for the Roos, looking for Purcell. He's one-on-one versus Keens. Gets out the back. Purcell by hand to McCarthy. Has to be clean. Wants his left foot. Snaps, dribbles, goals! Wonderful play from Cora Rutherglen. Liam McCarthy, Deegan Purcell, and Corowa go end to end. They get the first goal of the second quarter.
Yeah, that's what they needed. They needed to pin back this lead that Yarrow were able to establish in the first quarter, and it was off the back of some brilliant ball movement from the wing there. A couple of really big one-on-ones, and Corowa were just able to keep the ball alive, keep the ball moving forward in their direction, and some fantastic one-on-one work in the forward 50 there by Deegan Purcell, and then obviously by Liam McCarthy to finish with a great snap.
It's a pretty even matchup at the moment. Like, you look at the stats, both teams are pretty even, 12 to 13 inside 50s. The only thing that's probably different is Yarrawonga's kicking skills inside the forward 50 are slightly better. Apart from that, even contest, Benny.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's been great.
Willie Wheeler out of the middle with a wobbly old kick. Joliffe got two hands to it for the Roos at half back. Stephen May trudges after the football and then gives away a free kick for In Danger, and that's a good call. That was certainly there. And it's a free kick to Maxi Finlay, who kicked 2 goals in that opening quarter. Sits it up to the top of the goal square. Not a great kick. Irvine applying pressure. Long sleeves. He's dangerous. Top of the goal square. Dives on the football. Shutt grabs him. Ball up. Yarrawonga deep in attack. They lead by one straight kick. 26 to 20 at the 6-minute mark for Jacob Hino. Well, thanks to Club Mile Whale. Fothergill roving beautifully. Trying to get a kick away. Brought down in a Chandler tackle. Umpire once again says give it to me in the goal square.
Well, Irvine normally plays in the back 50 as that interceptor. I'm wondering whether or not they've sent him to Tommy Forrest to try and negate his influence as a defensive forward.
Thrown up. Elliott with the tap work. Forrest over the football. Runs it across the line for a minor score. And Yarrawonga go to 4-3-27. Coro 3-2-20 on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard.
Do they pay that in the O&M, the insufficient intent when you walk it over the line?
I don't reckon they police it, to be honest.
No.
I don't think it's a rule here.
No, I didn't think so either. You can kick.
And if it is, it's not policed at all.
No.
Joe Hansen has the footy for Corowa. Goes down the line. Bradkey just nudged under the footy by Ryan, who did all the body work and wasn't able to take the mark for the Pigeons. Lots of players around the pill and ball up right in front of our commentary position.
Just quickly around the grounds, Albury still yet to score 0-3. Wodonga 6-4-40 now. So that could be an ugly day of celebration for Albury Tigers if it keeps going this way.
Wow. All thanks to the premix king. Here's McCarthy, the previous goal kicker. Just had to be clean. A little nasty fumble. And then his hand pass put Lane under the pump. Longmire broke a really good tackle. That was the Texan. McCaffrey wants his left foot. Bites off an aggressive ball in the middle of the ground. And it's turned over. Here's McKenna for the Pigeons, who reloads with a big, long kick looking for Irvine. Great kick. He got the right positioning. And Whooper Irvine against Tommy Forrest took the mark. He'll line up almost directly in front, 30 metres out.
You just can't turn the football over in that part of the ground. And although the intent, I don't mind it by McCaffrey, it has to be there. And if you do not hit that target, in most cases, it is going to end up in a shot on goal for the opposition, which it is now.
And you mentioned it before. I love that move now to Irvine on Forrest because all of a sudden it makes him accountable. He's a crafty player. And
good hands too.
Yeah.
So Whooper Irvine playing forward, has done for the last couple of weeks. He's kicked 6 goals for the year. The kick on the way is just a bit narrow.
Let off.
And a big let off, you're right, Benny Talp, for Avis Wangaratta. And the margin's at 8 points, 4-4-28 to Corowa, 3-2-20. All that on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Kick-in duties from Stephen May. Pumps it out to the far wing. Purcell got 2 hands to it for the Roos. Was he grabbed high? Umpire says, give it a me.
He kicked that 60 metres without even putting a boot through it. He's just chipped at 60 metres.
He is a big fridge, is Stephen May. Would not like to run into him. Flatten like a pancake out there. That's a free kick.
Ask Jackie Meltram.
Yep, that's a free kick to Brody Ayres. Once again, all this from Dan Vaccaro. Certainly not me or Ben Tallarico. If anyone comes looking. Corowa kick to a vacant half-forward position. There's no one home. And Cooper Webster calmly. Hand pass missed Tyler Lovell, though, who's now under pressure by the Corowa attack. Will Chandler goes by hand to Axelby. In fact, it's Longmire. Pops one up over the top to his brother. The Texan snapping and goaling. A steer line goal today. The brothers linking up. Wonderful play from Corowa, and they're back within 2 points.
That's massive. That is exactly what Corowa need to do if they're going to have a chance at winning the game today. Fantastic. It started with Tex as well. He was able to come up and put pressure on Cooper Webster. Didn't give him time, which is what we said. If we take away time from Yarrawonga, it's going to allow for a lot more pressure on the football. And as a result of that, and some fantastic finishing by Tex, Corowa have been able to answer what Yarra started with. So it's fantastic play by the Roos.
And I'll tell you what, it's no fluke. Every time Will Chandler gets the football, Corowa Rutherglen have an opportunity to score. He's an absolute superstar.
He is.
We aren't doing score involvement, Steve Ack, because it's not in your repertoire, but he'd have 4 or 5 score involvements, I reckon,
that's
for Corowa
exactly
Rutherglen.
right. Yep.
You find that funny?
Oh, you're right. It's not in my repertoire. But
I've been asking for efficiency numbers for years as well, Divac, but you just can't bring this to the table.
Get me some live stats, Blake.
We'll try our best. Wilson burrows his head in. Umpire says, give it to me.
Well umpired.
Clarence, he's one of the best. Started out as a boundary umpire. He's worked his way up to the main job.
Good.
Robbie McKinley's man.
Great to see.
Got to get around the umpires.
No, we do.
They do a very good job, Divac.
100%.
Wilson, wrapped up in a tackle, was able to get a hand pass away when there was no space. Harry Wheeler pumps it long inside 50 for the Pigeons. Fist comes from the Roos. It's trickling towards the boundary line, and Tommy Longmire sees it over for a boundary throw in deep in attack for the Pigeons.
Will Chandler, we mentioned before, he's up to 9 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet, but it's what he does with it so good. He's 20 to 25. He's as good as most players 40. He's an absolute superstar. Liam McCarthy starting to get involved. He only had 3 touches in the first quarter. He's had 4 already this quarter.
And the goal, boundary throw in. 28 playing 26. Yarrawonga up by 2 points. Corowa have kicked the only 2 goals in this second quarter after they trailed by 17 in the first quarter. And Tommy Forrest sees this one over once again for another minor score. Rush behind for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. 29 to 26 for CMV Truck and Bus. Quick kick in, and it's a really good kick, finding Purcell. Tell us a little bit about this young man, Benny Tallarico.
Yeah, Deegan Purcell, prominent goal kicker in the under-18s competition last year, and played interleague last year as well. He's a ripper. He's come in from CDHBU, and I think if he sticks at it, he's going to be a prominent forward in the O&M.
Kalen Bradkey marks on centre wing. He wheels and goes, looking for Longmire. That's Jed resting forward. Swooping on this football was Chandler. Wasn't able to pick it up cleanly. Jed Longmire gets a hand pass away. There's that man Purcell. Shovels it backwards towards Amory. Elijah Amory gets it, kicks away, and it floats across for a minor score. They are doing all the attacking at the moment. Corowa Rutherglen, 4-3-27. To Yarrawonga, 4-5-29 at the 12th minute mark for Club Mulwala, second term for Jacob Hino.
I'll tell you what, Benny, they're pretty electric when they get it forward with that sort of, as Dwayne Russell likes to say, the chaos ball inside their forward 50. Corowa can really get to work when it's stayed low.
Yeah, exactly right.
Fronfelder with a kick in duties. Lavis out there thought he was impeded in the back. Umpire says no. And a ball up against the boundary. 60 metres around from Corowa goal. They kicked the only 2 goals in this second quarter after they trailed by 2 goals at quarter time. They did trail by 17 at one stage in the opening quarter. Might go around the grounds if we can, please. Benny Tallarico for Everton Farm Supplies.
Yeah, around the ground, Wodonga Raiders still lead North Albury 4-1, 25 to 3-2-20. Myrtleford 2-7-19. Trail, Wangaratta by point, 3-2-20. And the Wodonga Bulldogs still have kept Albury goalless and lead 40 to 30. And then Wangaratta Rovers 31 plays 18 at the WJ Finlay.
Kalen Bradke with a flying shot on goal and a minor score for Cora Rutherglen. He was able to get out of a tackle and banana it from 30. And a minor for Cora Rutherglen, 4-3-27 to Yarrawonga 4-5-29. Dan Howe has it. The kick-in duties for Yarrawonga. Aggressive kick as a beauty. Finds Maxie Finlay, who kicked 2 goals in the opening quarter, did Max. He's getting a lot of advice from his Pigeon teammates. Going to go to the wing, looking for McKenna, but cutting across was Tex Longmire, who kicked the last goal for the Roos. Intercepts on centre wing. The Texan, the Calder Cannon, is called to play on. He's going to go long down the line. Bradke flew. 4 in the pack. Wheeler tackled. Sandwiched by a couple of Roos. Oh, and Elijah Amer, he just sort of gave one around the chops to Tyler Lovell.
Clarence has come in and he knows what he's doing.
Not on my watch, boys.
Joey Hanson.
Ball up.
Oh.
Joey Hanson with another hit out.
Wow.
And he's tackled without the football, and that is a free kick to Joe Hanson and the Roos, who's providing a little headache in the ruck. You would not have said that at the start of the day. Goes short to the Tex Longmire. He's got McCaffrey running past for a handball receive. He says no.
I think we actually said the opposite.
He's 2 kicks from home, the Longmire. Goes to Curry, shoves off one. Don't tell me he's kicked it. Across the face, drop punt, minor score. Or it's marked on the line by Dan Howe. Umpire has paid a mark to the Pigeons.
He's been really good, Dan Howe. He's coming up for his 10th disposal now on the 40-wing stat sheet.
29 playing 28 for C&V Truck and Bus. Yarrawonga by a point. Have not kicked a goal in this second quarter, though.
Yeah, Cora done a really good job just to restrict their ball movement and how well and how easy they did in the first quarter. Yarra were able to just transition out of defensive 50 way too easy, and Cora have seemed to hold them up a lot better this quarter.
Reid Clark switches the football to the left back pocket, broadcast side to Ryan. Now to Lovell, overlap hand pass back to Reid Clark. Swings around in a pirouette. Wow. Good kick, inboard kick to Fothergill. To the left of the centre circle. It's completely opened up here for Yarrawonga. Archie Jakes marks at half forward. This would be one of the team goals of the year if Whooper Irvine can finish from 40, and he does. From defence to attack, 5 or 6 pinpoint kicks, and Irvine gets his first of the day for Yarrawonga.
Yeah, the ball didn't hit the ground. They were able to go from deep in their defensive 50 through the middle of the ground with a couple of kicks and a fantastic finish then. So, like, as I said, that's as good ball movement you're going to see at the Ovens and Murray. And it was great to see, like, Yarrawonga not rush, just be patient. Yeah. And they just found the holes. Like, Coro just need to be a lot better at finding the spares because blokes just had way too much space. And like we said, the team that's able to change lanes and change angles the most often are the ones that are able to move the ball better.
That was surgical by Yarrawonga. To move the ball through the midfield like that, that was second to none.
7-point lead back to the Pigeons. Jack Elliott with another disposal for 40 winks. Pickle Rick Laverso wins it for the Roos. A little dazzle-razzle in the middle of the ground. Here's Clancy. Left foot kick is a high up and under. Raven Jolliffe comes out like a steam train. And he's going to get a free kick anyway. He almost took the mark. No, it's going to go to Bradke for a hold.
Don't do that.
Someone almost reversed it out on the far side. That's what you heard on our microphone from Benny Tallarico. And Kalen Bradke will line up for his second goal. 40 metres out, slide angle.
Just silly. You don't want a reversal. We saw how upset Jace Heatley was a few weeks ago with a couple of reversals, and you don't want to see that as a coach. So, yeah, if KB can go back and put this through, yeah, Cora have done a great job just to even the contest now and get themselves back into this game.
3,000 or 4,000 people here hold their breath at the JC Low Oval. That's our crowd guesstimate from Benny Tallarico for Avis Wangaratta.
He's never going to do one again.
Yeah.
He's kicked 1 goal to KB. Directly in front. I reckon he's just snuck it home. Wow. The umpire ran a long way. Bailey Fronfelder saying that went over the post.
Yeah.
Umpire says, nope, that's a goal. And Corowa answer back to a 1-point ball game, 35-34 for CMV Truck and Bus.
Yeah, no arc in the Ovens and Murray, I should say, but yeah, great finish there by Kalen Bradke, and Corowa just kicking a much-needed goal, playing some good footy, and it's a really even contest. And I'll tell you what's not an even contest, the Albury Sports Ground. Still yet to score, 0 goals, 5, and Wodonga have kicked another one, 7-4-46. Wow. So 41 points up in their celebration day.
Jeez.
Talk about spoiling the party.
Yep.
Wowee, of course it is. Albury's 150th year celebration. Wearing special jerseys and all sorts. You can watch that one on the O&M Live YouTube stream, or you can stay with us because this is a much closer game. Clancy has it. He's going to give it off to Tommy McCaffrey, who's got a booming left foot kick out the back canal. Caught a couple deep, impacted the contest, brought it to ground. And we have another inside 50 stoppage for Kyle Rutherglen.
Yeah, although he didn't take the mark, it was a good effort to bring the ball to ground and force a stoppage. That's what you'd want. You don't want a quick rebound out of your forward 50 then.
A really good game of footy here on O&M Live at the 18th minute mark. Second quarter for Jacob Hino. Wilson with a clearance. Trying to mark it was Fothergill. Coro win it back at half forward. Jed Longmire was in no man's land, was asleep, was able to get a hand pass away to Chandler. Gets around one, wasn't able to get around 3. Great tackle. Was almost out of the tackle from Lovell. In the end, he got him. And it's a free kick for Yarrawonga in defence. Under the pump. Inside 50 numbers this quarter, Dan Vaquara for 40 Winks.
Yeah, inside 50 numbers. Coro are actually leading that 7 inside 50s to Yarrawonga's 5.
They would have probably dominated the time inside forward half for this quarter, I reckon,
yeah, I
Corowa.
agree. Yep.
And then just then as well, the tackling from Yarrawonga, like desperation was fantastic. It wasn't just the one then, Will Chandler. Zach Forger's tackle on Jed Longmire to put pressure was fantastic too.
The young boundary umpire out there getting it recalled again. He's having a good crack, the young man out there. The shirt's about 4 sizes too big for him, but that's okay. That's a better one, young man. Ball still at half forward here for Corowa. Tennis court side of the ground. Jack Elliott playing soccer. Grubbers it forward for Yarra, but Corowa with all the numbers. Longmire almost crept up on. Had to get a good kick away, and that's almost 50. Lavis marked, and Forge just pushed him in the front of the contest. Swings around on the right, looking for Bradke. Impacted the contest, but gave away a free kick. And Whooper Irvine is the recipient of the push in the back. Deep in defence for Yarra, so they've put him back behind the ball. Benny T for Avis.
Yeah, just to try and shore things up a little bit, given how much footy is spent back there.
The kick is a good one. It finds Jordan Urquhart at half-back for the Pigeons.
Just trying to keep a look at. Have not seen a lot of Mark Wiley this quarter. I haven't put him down for a stat, so maybe just keep an eye out there.
I'm not sure if he's out on the ground.
No.
He's coming on right now.
There
Speak of the devil.
Speak of the devil,
Ask and you
appear.
shall receive. Spinning out of traffic was Archie Jakes, who just looked like he had so much time. Grubbers a kick down the line, and we have a boundary throw-in out on the far side. Stephen May wanting a free kick for deliberate.
Yeah,
he stood there and said, how is that not deliberate?
Come
And
on,
welcome
Stephen.
to the Ovens of Murray, Stephen.
Doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Maybe they play that in the Eastern Footy League with East Ringwood, but certainly not here. Clancy grabbed it out of the ruck. Forge swoops on the football. By hand to Howe. Edges it down the line to Donovan. Left foot kick off a step. Into the pocket. Over the arms there of McKenna. Webster out the back. Can he kick his first goal in the big time? Wrapped up in a big tackle from McCaffrey, who had other ideas and wins a really important holding the ball free kick for Corowa. And he plays on straight away. Finds a teammate in McCarthy, who's taken a couple of bounces streaming down the wing. Make it 2. Overlapping hand pass to Jed Longmire onto the leading lane of Raven Jolliffe. That ball went from defence to attack in 15 seconds thanks to Leo McCarthy, and Jolliffe will line up to put Corowa in front.
Yeah, that's Corowa's best player ball movement for the whole game, to be honest, and it was great. They had that intent, they're moving the ball fast. When they move it at speed, they look really, really dangerous, Dan, and I think this is the key for Corowa.
Raven Jolliffe, who's playing forward today. He runs around, dummies around Lovell, dummies around Wilson. Can he get a kick away? He's tackled at the last minute. Ryan has dropped the football at the top of the goal square. Now he's in trouble. Umpire says, give it to me. Umpire says, give it to me. He dived on the football, but
the position where it was is why.
It was top of the goal square. Corowa pressing here. Ryan tried to get a kick away. Elliott went by hand to Urquhart. High up and under, still inside defensive 50. Jolliffe was crunched by his own man and Hanson. Wilson grubbers a kick away, only as far though as Geordie Ayres. Unlikely goal scorer. Geordie Ayres floats it through. It's touched on the line. Touched on the line and scores a level here at the JC Lowe Oval. 35 apiece at the 23rd minute mark for Club Mulwala. Second quarter for Jacob Hino.
Yeah, this is where Cora really need to try and capitalise on the time in forward half and get another score on the board. They've had a really good quarter, but they'd like something to show on the scoreboard. It's all tight up at the moment. They need to try and restrict Yarrawonga here.
Here's Lovell. He's got his hands on the footy a little bit in this second term.
Oh,
that's marking his own football was Brodie Ayres. He tried to claim the mark. You can't do that, Brodie, but that was strange. Strange game today, boys. Axelby flicks it out wide. Here's the Texan, Longmire. Long from 60, Jolliffe in a 2-on-1. Not a great kick and a good mark by Dan Howe. Doing some good defending for Yarrawonga, and they are under the pump at the moment.
Been impressed by Dan Howe's game so far.
14 disposals. Yeah, he's been super.
He's been really good for him.
Here's Willie Wheeler. Still in his own defensive 50 for Yarrawonga. Doesn't have many options, so a running barrel is what presents to him. Kicks it out in front of the marquee at half forward. Tommy Forrest, bit of work to do at half back for Corowa. Goes with a really aggressive switch. Put shut under the pump inside his own defensive 50. He switches the footy to McCaffrey. And they do take a mark and take a breath. McCaffrey goes short to Liam McCarthy. Tried to milk a 50. Deep in defence for the Roos. They're going to switch the footy out to the far side. It's in the hands of Cody Shutt once again. Dan, if you can go around the grounds and just give us that score at the Albury Sports Ground, please.
Oh. Yeah, they've kicked 2 goals, Albury, so it's 17-47, so 30 points of difference.
Margin did blow out to 41 points as Yarrawonga reload inside 50. Shutt punches it over the line for a boundary throw and 30 around from Yarrawonga goal. Scores a level, 35 apiece, and the marquee's getting rowdy out there on the far side, Benny T.
Big Maisie's just gone head over and landed on his arse, and the crowd loved that over there, so... No, he's got to get into the game a bit more, I reckon. He's been all right, but he could be given a bit more for the Roos.
Geordie Ayres, once again an aggressive switch to McCaffrey.
Just the 6 disposals for Maisie.
On the last line of defence, on to Brodie Ayres, on to Geordie Ayres. The Ayres boys linking up. You've got the Ayres, the Chandlers, the Fronfelders.
McCarthy's had a great second quarter. 8 disposals after just coming 2 disposals in the first.
The Longmires, it's the brother-a-thon here at the JC Lowe Oval. McCarthy, good mark by Deegan Purcell. On to Jed Longmire. Lead comes from KB. It's a worm burner. Not a great kick from Jed Longmire. He's frustrated, KB. He's frustrated.
Sorry, it's probably the biggest letdown of the day is just that entry inside forward 50. A lot of grubber balls, a lot of chaos balls, and uncharacteristic by Jed because he's been superb.
Boundary throw in, deep in attack for Cora Rutherglen, who have kicked 3 goals to 4 in this second quarter for Jacob Hino. They have not beaten the Pigeons since 2008. And boy, oh boy, they're in the ball game at the moment. Axelby on to McCaffrey. Just ran out of room. As Maxi Finlay pushes him over the line. And another boundary throw in right in front of our commentary position.
Yeah, it's often referred to as just that money kick. It's the one that's the most damaging, and it often results in scores. So if Cora can tidy that up going inside forward 50, we're going to have a very good game.
Good throw in from the boundary umpire. KB grabs it out of the ruck. Gets a kick away into the pocket. Did it go out of bounds on the full or it just bounced on the line?
On the full.
Yep. On the full.
Yep.
And Cooper Webster will bring the football back in for the Yarrawonga Pigeons.
Kicked another one, Aubrey, 23-47, so pinned it back.
They were 41 points down at one stage. Stephen May tried to climb the mountain, which was Jack Elliott, the only guy that can match him for size on this ground. Howe under pressure. Got a hand pass away, but only as far as Longmire. Lead comes from Jolliffe over his head. Getting out the back, McCarthy. Right place, right time. Snapping his second goal for the quarter. Roos are in front. 41-35. McCarthy having a very good second term for Jacob Hino.
Yeah, absolutely right. He is. He's had 8 disposals and kicked 2 goals. Ooh. He's having a super second term and was probably part of their play of the day as well off the half-back line, which they got a goal out of too. So 3 score involvements at least this quarter is big. Liam McCarthy and Jed Longmire as well. He's just been superb. He's had 10 disposals this quarter as well, 12 for the game. So quiet first quarter. And for Yarrawonga, Dan Howe, he's had the 15 disposals, 9 in this quarter, Benny.
Yeah, he's been super for the Pigeons, but just Liam's work rate. He's playing half forward and he's starting a lot of their chains at half back. So it shows the running power of him being able to get up the ground and work back and still hit goals.
He can play anywhere. Usually a half backer, but played a little bit of half footy for South Cairns and showing his worth forward of the football here for Cora Rutherglen as Yarrawonga go forward through Wilson. dropping the mark in the end there was Archie Jakes. He knows he let one slip there and would have had a shot after the siren, the young man, in only his second game. But Corowa lead at half-time here at the JC Lowe Oval. They lead Yarrawonga by 1 goal, and you haven't said that too much over the last 18 years. They have not beaten the Pigeons since 2008. 6-5-41 to Yarrawonga, 5-5-35. Stay with us, our halftime show on the other side of this. It's O&M Live, where you won't miss a thing.
SS&A, this is your place.
All right. I love you. Have a good shift.
The all-new Nissan Navara, built for the grid shift.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shorty get inspired. How about that? How about that? This time, shorty get.
Explore where your new home begins. Discover our designs. Discover local land. Discover what's possible. Visit Sundancer Homes' new sales centre and showroom at 482 Kiowa Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
This goes out to all the athletes, the fitness buffs, and the huff and puffs. On your marks, get set. Find your perfect fit at the Athlete's Foot.
On Edge FM.
Welcome back here to the JC Lowe Oval in Yarrawonga. We've got a brilliant game on our hands here at the moment. Very even at halftime. Yarrawonga 5-5-35, trailing Corowa 6-5-41. So it's a really interesting watch, and I'm joined here by my good friend Benny Tallarico for Avis Wangaratta. Benny, a really easy game on the eye, isn't it? The ball was pretty free-flowing, and the skill levels were pretty high.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good. I thought Yarrawonga obviously started really well. Were able to put a 3-4 goal gap on the Roos in the first quarter, but to Cora's credit, they fought back really, really well in that second quarter. They were able to dominate time in forward half, and probably, I think they would have won the inside 50 battle as well, Dan. But I was really impressed with the way in which they're able to move their ball. Their ball movement's come a long way since last year, and I've been really impressed with how they're able to go the length of the field and actually result in a shot on goal. So some players, and I think we can't really say anything without highlighting the quarter of Liam McCarthy. Like, he had an absolute brilliant quarter. Impact, all of his touches led to something. He was breaking lines. He was running, carrying. He was fantastic, and he really turned the tide there for Cora. And then obviously I thought a few of the forwards. I thought Deegan Purcell presented up at the football really well, had a good presence, and I thought their tackling in the forward 50 was really good. But the one thing that I think got them back into it, yes, the offensive side was good. It was their ability to restrict Yarrawonga's ball movement. I feel like Yarra weren't able to just hit the easy ones. They weren't able to just chip their way through. Cora clearly made an adjustment at quarter time and took away the shorts, and Yarra were forced to kick longer, which I think worked in Cora's favour, especially when you got Stephen May playing as the anchor behind the football.
That's exactly right. And we talked about it pre-game, and the stats painted a very glim picture going into this game for Corowa. I guess all the metrics pointed towards Yarrawonga, but we talked about the different side that Corowa were going to field today, and you just got the feeling that wasn't really going to matter, and that's exactly what we're getting at the moment. And you talked about some of the individuals. Liam McCarthy's an absolute superstar, 8 disposals and 2 goals in a quarter of footy after being well held in the first quarter. I think Will Chandler, he's had 9 disposals, but every single one of those 9 disposals basically leads to a score. His score involvements are through the roof. And Jed Longmire as well, just an absolute superstar footballer. He had 10 disposals in that quarter. So he was huge for Corowa, surging forward, and that's just some of the stats for 40 Winks. And as we go over to Yarrawonga as well, Willie Wheeler doing what he does. He's had 10 at half-time. Big Jack Elliott, he would have had a lot of hit-outs, and he had 10 disposals as well, so he's keeping his good form going. Cam Wilson seems to be their best mid at the moment. He's had the 12 disposals. He's just in and under. Dan Howe, I think, is their best player on the ground. He's had 15 disposals. Wow. He has been super off half-back, and the way he executes the ball movement has been really important for Yarrawonga, and the clearance count, Yarrawonga probably giving him a slight touch-up in that area, 14-7. It's not a mauling by any stretch, but it's definitely in the favour of Yarra. But that's pretty much it for the stats. It's very, very even. The inside 50 count is 20-20. Corawa's taken 4 marks inside 50. Yarrawonga's taken 3. So it is very, very even. And we'll go around the grounds quickly, Benny. With some of the other games going on at the moment in the Ovens and Murray. Pretty intriguing. Burralee Park Raiders 6-2-38 plays North Albury 4-2-26. So they've still got the jump on them.
Raiders.
Obviously this game here, McNamara Reserve, Murderford 2-9-21 plays Wangaratta 6-2-38. So 17 points down there. And at the Albury Sports Ground still, Wodonga Albury 4-5-29. So they've got a couple on the board in that second quarter to Wodonga 7-5-47. So they're still in the box seat, the Doggies. And at WJ Finlay Oval, Rovers are proving too strong again for another opposition, which seems to be the
trend.
The trend. Wangaratta Rovers 6-9-45 to Lovey 3-2-20. There's some good games going on the border, Benny.
Yeah, some fantastic footy being played, and how good is this? Like, look at the ground. There's got the Auskick going. There's plenty of people here over the long weekend. So it's what you want to see for country football. Like, it's all very alive and well, and there's plenty going into it. So I'll give a shout out to the local Corowa historian and Benny Black. He sent me through a little stat, and he went to follow up your stat pre-game, Dan. So round 16, 2008 was the last time Corowa beat Yarrawonga, and in that game, Sam Carpenter, Lee Schmidt and Cade Cushett were all playing. Obviously, Cade Cushett played in the twos today. So
Sammy Carpenter's wandering around here too.
Carps is co-coaching the under-18s, and I'm pretty sure he's an assistant coach in the seniors as well.
Yep.
And Lee Schmidt's back at the club as well. I think Lee might actually be doing the running today too. So it just goes to show, like, it's such a long time, and this is probably the best opportunity that Cora have had in a long time. Now, I was saying to Pando over the break, this is where Corowa need to put the foot down. They can't think that the job's done and that they can't be looking at the first half and think, we're happy with our work, pats in the back. They really need to be disciplined and continue to maintain the way in which they were able to play in that second quarter. Because if you take the foot off and you slacken off and you let Yarrawonga get back to their best, they're a team that can go and put 7 goals on in a quarter and blow this game apart. So my prediction, mate, if it's within a couple of goals at three-quarter time, I think Corowa can win.
Yep, great call. That is the voice of Benny Tallarico for Avis Wangaratta. You got some goal kickers as well, Benny, if you want to run through them for us.
Yeah, so obviously that quarter, Liam McCarthy kicked a couple of goals for the Roos. Caelan Bradkey also had a double that for the first half. I've got Tex Longmires kicked that brilliant one on the run. And Deegan Purcell, I'm not sure if Deegan's kicked one or not, or whether he's just kicked it behind. But for Yarrawonga, Archie Jakes has kicked one there. I haven't got all of them on my page. I haven't been a very good statistician, Dan, with my thing, but I can quickly bring it up. One thing that I think we should touch on is obviously that score with Albury and Wodonga. I think Albury were able to sort of pin it back in that second quarter, but it was looking pretty damaging for a while.
In their 150-year celebration as well. That'd be a bitter pill to swallow for Albury Tigers if Wodonga were able to roll them. And they only played a few weeks ago, so it's obviously a weird time for the fixturing. But Albury obviously got that box seat given their centenary sort of year. And while you're doing that, Benny, as well, I will go around the grounds to some A-grade netball as well. There's obviously some games. So Raiders 31 plays North Albury 27. Yarrawonga 23 plays Coral Rutherglen 14. And a couple of milestones as well that we touched on pre-game. Murderford Saints 34 by 1 point against Wangaratta. And then at the Albury Sports Ground, Albury 25 plays Wodonga 39. So they look like they're going to get over the line there against Albury. And Wangarova's 29 plays Lavington 48 as well. Yep.
Okay, back to the goal kickers for Yarrawonga. Yeah, Archie Jakes has got the one. Whooper Irvine's kicked the one as well. Max Finlay's got the one, Reed Clark's got the one, and Benny Kelkill's got the one. So obviously, no Lee Williams, no one's probably hit the scoreboard more than once for Yarra. It's fairly evenly spread. But like I said, I thought Cora's ability to put a lot more pressure on the football going inside forward 50. Like Yarra didn't have any of those hit-up easy sort of marks going inside that quarter. So I know the Cora coaches would be really pleased with how they were able to restrict that. So I don't know. For me, mate, how have you seen Stephen May's game? Like, what do you think he could? Do you move him? Do you try and get a bit more out of him in the middle of the ground or up forward, or do you just you're happy with how it's going and you keep him behind the ball, knowing that Yarrawonga are probably going to charge this quarter?
I think the only reason for no panic is because of the scoreline. I think Corowa are still playing well without him, and I probably thought I'd jump the gun a little bit early in the start of that second quarter. I think they need to move him forward. I don't think he's really having an impact down back. I don't think him being there is giving them any benefit or non-benefit. I think he's just sort of there. He's only had what's he had? He's had 6 disposals for the game. He hasn't really taken intercept marks. I'd love for him to go forward and see if he can clunk another couple of goals. And that really gives a great chop out for Caelan Bradkey as well, because sometimes you can be forgiven for obviously being a little bit one-dimensional inside, going inside that forward 50 to Caelan Bradkey. I reckon that's a perfect I think that's a perfect clear-up for Coral Rutherglen with Stephen May floating forward.
Yeah, I think if he goes forward, it makes life harder for the likes of Dan Howe, Brad Ryan, these guys who want to just zone off their man and try and come across as third man up. I think it makes things a little bit easier. It gives Cora a fantastic target, especially coming out of defensive 50 if Maisie does play up at centre-half forward. But I think the way in which Yarrawonga are playing, they're not really just dumping it into their forward 50. They're looking for that short. They're trying to hit the lead. And at the moment, they've been able to navigate around Maisie quite well. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the Cora coaches do and whether or not they look to make a change there, or if it's something that they pull a lever on, depending on how the quarter starts. But it's definitely one to watch. I think he's got a couple of moments in him for this second half, and for Cora's sake, they'd be hoping he can be the difference.
That is the voice of Benny Tallarico for Avis Wangaratta. Very comprehensive by our man. And that will just about do us for the halftime show for McDonald's. We're going to take a break, and on the other side, it's the second half. And on OMFNL Live, you will not miss a thing.
SS&A, this is your place.
All right. I love you. Have a good shift.
The all-new Nissan Navara, built for the grid shift.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shorty get inspired. How about that? How about that? This time, shorty get.
Explore where your new home begins. Discover our designs. Discover local land. Discover what's possible. Visit Sundancer Homes' new sales centre and showroom at 482 Kiowa Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
This goes out to all the athletes, the fitness buffs, and the huff and puffs. On your marks, get set. Find your perfect fit at the athlete's foot.
On Edge FM.
Third quarter about to be underway right as we speak here at the JCLO Oval. A big thanks to the young kids who played on the ground for quite a while. One of his jumpers got ripped off and delayed the start of the third quarter because we were about to miss the start here on OMI. Black Panther Escott with you for the Wang Pump Shop. Benny Tellerico for Avis Wangaratta and Dan Divac for Caro for 40 Winks. 41-35, Corowa lead the Yarrawonga Pigeons. Curry out of the middle, on to Longmire, who's been one of Corowa's best today. Pumps a high ball long. Purcell came from too deep. Got two hands to it. Keynes was calm in defence. Goes short to Whooper. Irvine was called to play on. Off a step. Finds Brad Ryan, who's been good in his return game for the Pigeons today, Benny T.
It's been really good. I've liked that battle between him and KB. I think it's been fairly even today.
Goes long out of defence. Howe, front position. Wasn't paid the mark.
Wow.
Had to be paid the mark. Extraordinary. The only thing I can think of was that it came off the fist of Lavis, but man in front should have made no difference. Ball up. between the square and half forward here for Corowa. Howe tackled once again. Umpire says, give it a mate.
I feel like the makeshift ruck department for Coro have actually done pretty well against Jack Elliott. I don't think he's been as dominant as what he has been this season, and they've probably won a fair share of their taps today too. So Coro would be taking that at the moment.
Since we went to half-time and restarted, a fair bit of cloud activity over the JC Low Oval here. It's pretty dark. Amory out of the congestion, short to Caelan Bradkey. Little 15-metre nibble kick, and Bradkey will line up for his third goal, slide angle.
Yeah, that was great ball movement. Like we spoke about in the first half, it's that last kick going inside forward 50. Can you find a target? And Elijah Amory was able to do that then. It was great composure, lowered the eyes, and was able to hit up big KB on the lead. So, no, it's fantastic play by the Roos then. Yeah,
lower in the eyes is probably the big one out of that, Benny. As soon as those players see that 50-metre line, and their eyes go straight up towards those goals. So that was fantastic work by Corowa and good skill execution. If you're going to beat Yarra, that's what you got to do.
KB is getting a fair bit of advice. It's like the old World Cup in South Africa with the Vuvuzelas, and it doesn't bother KB. He is up and about. That's his third goal today. And Corowa now lead by 2 straight kicks.
Yep, that's fantastic. Exactly the start that Corowa needed. We spoke about it in the break and spoke about it off air as well. Corowa need to start hot here. They can't afford to allow Yarra to get their game going again and build momentum. If Corowa can put a couple on and build a bit of a lead, then that's exactly the situation that they want to be in, potentially working into the last quarter. So great start by the Roos.
Yeah, and I've been super impressed with their midfield. As you said, their ruckman's not completely on top. Willie really hasn't had a huge impact. Cam Wilson's been good, but not amazing. I really like their engine room, Corowa.
Oh, Clancy and Jack Elliott collided in the middle. Clancy fell on his backside and got in the back a little bit of Wheeler. Umpire says, give it a mate. Ball up, right in the centre circle still.
Yeah, would be very happy with repeat stoppages and not just allowing the easy clearances like they were in the first.
Elliott out the back beautifully to Dan Howe. That was clockwork. Inside 50.
Right on cue.
Donovan not able to mark. Thought Donovan also got a Corowa player high. Umpire says no.
Big Maisie.
That's 17 disposals, Dan Howe. Wow. He's been awesome.
He's been huge for the Pigeons.
Ball up inside Yarra. Forward 50. May pushing Wilson out of the way. Here's Tommy Forrest back into traffic. Just got a hand pass away to Ayres, who was brought down by Dan Howe. Looks like he's playing exclusive midfield at the moment for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. Geordie Ayres a little slow to get up from the stoppage. Still in a dangerous position here for Yarrawonga. Donovan came through with pace. Jed Longmire just got a kick away off the right side of the boot. Follows up his good work, and they link up by hand at half-back, far side. Pickle Rick Lavis, long kick to a 1-on-2, caught out the back, Jolliffe. In fact, that was Purcell. Did well to bring the ball to ground. Wiley on hands and knees onto Fothergill. Caught on his left foot. Kick down the line looking for Donovan. That's a good matchup. Donovan and Forrest. Pickle Rick Lavis got pushed but kept his footing. Long ball down the line. Ryan goes and collects the footy out on the far side and marks it for Yarrawonga as they intercept across half-back. But they trail 47-35, all thanks to Orbadonga MG on the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard.
Yeah, and the clearances this quarter 3-0 in favour of Corowa, so they've really gone to work in that engine room, which is holding them in good stead.
Forrest with another intercept mark
He's been
for the
super.
Roos.
He has.
He's been one of their better players all year. Be up there in Corowa's best and fairest.
What a kick.
Good kick out wide, finds McCarthy, who kicked 2 goals in the third quarter, both snaps. He's in front of the marquee, which is packed to the brim out there on the far side. Of course, there are 3,000 or 4,000 people here at the JC Low Oval today, according to Benny Tallarico. He's going to reload inside 50. Purcell jumped about a couple of metres high and tried to impact the contest. Elliott onto Wheeler. That's Willie. Gives it back to Fothergill at half-back. Kick went about 4 metres. Frontfelder sold a little bit of candy and then takes a bounce down the far side. Goes by hand to the big boy Donovan.
Oh.
Kick on the opposite was really ordinary and turns it over to Longmire. He goes by hand looking for McCarthy. Chandler swings around on the left. Goes inside 50. 1-on-1 Purcell and Keens. Keens with a really good fist. An important fist. And a boundary throw in deep in attack for Corowa. They still lead by 12 points. 47-35 for Club Mulwala in the third quarter. We've gone 6 minutes.
Yeah, they're completely on top. Corowa at the moment. 3 clearances to 1. 4 inside 50s to 1. McCarthy, Will Chandler, Jed Longmire all getting their hands on the footy. So it's completely on top.
And they mark the footy through Stephen May once again in the middle of the ground. Goes inside 50 with a bullet kick from May. finds young Tex Longmire. That's the first intercept mark Stephen May's taken for the day, and the Texan is lining up for his second goal.
Yeah, he's very, very confident in his own abilities here. And I think for me, the biggest thing that I was pleased with that sort of last passage of play is Cora's just ability just to use the football a little bit better. They've tidied up their ball movement. They've been able to hit targets. And when you got Stephen May intercepting the ball across the middle of the ground, he's going to have impact.
The Texan, Longmire name, very famous at this footy club. The youngest of them all lining up for his second goal. 50 metres out to the horns, goes bang. The Texan runs to the boundary and gives it to the crowd. He's got his second. What a moment of confidence for the young man. And Corowa lead by 3 straight kicks.
Oh, you love to see it. The celebration was top shelf. Wonga really haven't laid a hand on him yet. No. They're still in the club room. So Cora Rutherglen playing superb football at the moment. 4 inside 50s. They've taken 2 marks inside 50s already. And around the ground, so Mr. Pillwell, just keep an eye on that Albury Sports Ground. They're back in this game. 35 Albury plays Wodonga 49.
An 18-point ball game. Cora Rutherglen have kicked the last 4 goals of the game, and they've kicked 6 of the last 7 after they trailed by 17 points in the first quarter. They have Yarrawonga on the ropes here, on their home deck, and the pressure's right up. Here's big Stephen May, who says, get out of my way. He spots up Will Chandler, who dropped the footy, would have went back and had a shot on goal. And we've got a ball up inside forward 50, favouring Corowa. They are up and about Benny T for Avis. Certainly
are, and look, Big Maisie's starting to get into the game. I think, yeah, Will Chandler didn't know it fell into his lap then, so yeah, they're going to want to capitalise on this territory at the moment, Corowa.
Max Finlay, 2 goals in the first quarter, goes by hand. Wheeler's hands were lightning. He gets it back in a 1-2 with Howe. Kick out wide's a real good one. Finds Archie Jakes, who's got no one really forward of the footy. So waits for the Pigeons to run forward. Was Pickle Rick Lavers pushed in the back? Umpire says no. Fraunfelder, that's Bailey's gone forward. Did he kick it out on the full? Umpire says no. And Yarrawonga have a boundary throw in deep in their attack.
I've been really impressed with some of the younger fellas at Corowa. I feel Deegan Purcell's presented up and competed really well in the air, and even young Brody Ayres has got a job down back. I think he's gone head-to-head with Archie Jakes. That's been a good matchup for them too.
Boundary throw, and Yarrawonga need a goal. Cam Wilson on hands and knees, fighting down low at ground level. Fraunfelder tackles Joe Hansen, and Clarence says, I'll have it, boys.
He's been nullified really well, Cam Wilson, since quarter time. 7 disposals in the first quarter, and he's only got 12 at the moment in the game, so really well nullified by Corowa.
The only 2 goals of this third quarter favouring the Roos. Dan Howe brought down in a strong tackle. Wheeler wrapped up. Now the ball up. Yep, there's a little bristle. Top of the goal square. Umpire Clarence, throw it up, young man, and he does. Wheeler, Harry came through the contest. Amory was clean. McCaffrey gets a little kick away. Good mark, KB. He had 2 to beat. Strong in the contest, and he marks at half-back. A relieving mark for the Roos. Bullet-like kick down the line is a beauty. Finds Chandler, and here come Coral once again. Wheeling onto the left, Purcell. There's a free kick. There's whistles everywhere. I got no idea what's going on.
I think it was a holding free kick to Jed Longmire then, so didn't play advantage, and this is going to give Yarra plenty of time to get numbers behind the football.
Okay, so the ball's going back to Chandler on centre wing. 53-35. In fact, that's Jed Longmire. His kick was smothered. And Reed Clark sweeps up here for Yarrawonga. Aggressive kick in towards the corridor. Coro with the numbers via Hansen. Bradkey again. He is proving to be a really big headache for Yarrawonga. He caught one in the back. He got crunched from behind by Lovell. He stayed down, KB here, over on his haunches. He might not be able to take the kick here. He's slowly getting to his feet, KB. And he's going to line up for number 4. I reckon he will make a recovery. He's a big full forward who wants to kick a goal, Benny T.
Yeah, not often that you see them pass them off Blake unless they're unconscious. So I think
he doesn't really have a choice because the trainer is not really going out there with a lot of pace.
Poor Cookie.
Who's that trainer, Benny?
Cookie, Gary Cook.
I reckon KB must have looked at the trainer and just gone, I'm just going to get up here, I think.
So he'll line up here for his 4th. He'll have to kick it all but 50. 4 or 5 metres in from the boundary. Getting a lot of advice like all the Coro forwards have all day. KB, drop punt on the way, is through the big sticks. I reckon he's got it. Nerves of steel from KB. 4 on the trot for the Roos. 5 on the trot, and they lead by 24 points.
That's 4. Wow. That's 4. That's his 4th for the day. He's been fantastic. He's obviously had a few weeks, Panda, leading into the game, but he's stood up when his team needed it the most, and Cora are capitalising. I'd say the last 2 quarters, Dan, they've dominated time inside forward 50. It's been a massive turnaround from that first quarter.
100% right, and if Yarrawonga aren't careful, this is going to start slipping away quickly, and around the grounds as well, that other game, 8 points of difference now. So it's really closing up.
7 of the last 8 goals to Cora Rutherglen. Over to Yarrawonga with their season on the line here, petering inside the top 5. Kogel had to be clean. Goes back in and gets the footy again. Wrapped up by Jolliffe. Umpire says, give it to me, as the sun just starts to break through the clouds here at the JCLO Oval. Repeating, Corowa have not beaten their rivals Yarrawonga since 2008. It is the longest winning streak over any club in the competition, as Dan Howe wins a free kick for a hold here. It's against Stephen May. He just held on to him a little too long, and Dan Howe will line up to stem the flow here for the Pigeons directly in front, 30 out.
I reckon Dan Howe did absolutely everything he could to make sure the umpire saw that.
I think
there was a whole lot in it.
He's been paid the free here. So Yarra need this, don't they? They need to stem the momentum of Cairo, because they've just been all over them in this start of this third quarter.
So they haven't kicked a goal since the 15th minute mark of the second quarter, the Pigeons, when Whooper Irvine put them in front. Dan Howe, with all of experience, all his class, comes in and pushes it to the right. They needed that, did the Yarrawonga Pigeons. And the margin is now back to 23 points, 59-36. For Harvey Norman betting, we've gone 12 minutes for Club Mile Whaler in the third quarter. We'll go around the grounds if we can get some other scores for the Premix King and Everton Farm Supplies in the third quarter. When you're ready, DVAC. Stephen May fighting for the footy out there on the far side. Umpire says, give the ball to me.
Yep,
in the back, free kick to Cannell.
Around the grounds, Berrylea Park Raiders 46, plays North Albury 39. Murderford 28, plays Wangaratta 50. Albury 41, plays Wodonga 55, so they kicked one. And the other game at WJ Finlay, 58, Wangaratta Rovers to Laverton's 20.
Cam Wilson goes short to McKenna. Just forward to the centre circle for Yarrawonga, who are petering on the edge here of getting blown away. McKenna into the pocket, Fronfelder.
Great kick.
Right side for a left footer. We will get a very good look at this. Bailey Fronfelder has to kick this for Yarrawonga. 50 out, pretty tight angle.
This is their first mark inside 50 since the first quarter.
Wow. There you go.
That's why you're number one, DVAC. You provide stuff like that. Fronfelder, that's lazy marking. Really lazy checking. He spotted up Jordan Urquhart all on his own inside attacking 50. Same distance, but a much better angle. Benny T.
Yeah, and I think, big let-off then with Howie missing this one. But Geordie's got to kick this for Yarra. I think they need to, as I said, get the momentum going back their way and try and chip their way back into the contest.
Margin at 23 to bring it back to 17. Jordan Urquhart, who had a best on-ground performance the last time these two sides played. They need him here. Drop punt on the way is across the face. Trying to claim the mark on the goal line was Jack Elliott, but it's gone through for 1 point. And Yarrawonga edging their way back. Margin now at 22 points, 59-37. And Stephen May with the kick-in duties here for Corowa. That is a tracer bullet. That is a tracer bullet from the kick-in to Will Chandler. Deary me, practice that in the backyard for 30 years, boys. Wow, Chandler dummies around Finlay on the mark. Left foot raking kick to half forward. KB is providing to be a really big headache. Good work to the Texan, Longmire. Wheels around on the right. Oh, finding his way to the front was Curry, but he wasn't able to mark. And here come Yarrawonga. Fothergill, good kick to Howe. How many now, please, DVAC?
Dan Howe is about to have his 21st.
We got there in the end. Reed Clark has it. Short kick finds Forge. Out on the far side, edge of the square, centre wing. Another safe kick. Diving down low was Wilson, and they've almost turned the footy over here. Was Ayres, copped high. Umpire says no, and somehow Yarrawonga reefed the footy away into Irvine. And he marks 50 out. Tightish angle. He plays on straight away. wheels around, loads up from 45, across the face again.
They're pressing.
So they are peppering the big sticks here, but they can't kick one through the middle. Margin back to 21 points, 38-59. Yarrawonga still 4 goals down at the 16th minute mark for Club Mulwala.
Yeah, I think Yarrawonga need to start making the most of these opportunities. Otherwise, yeah, it's going to get too much for them. They've had the last 3 shots on goal and just can't seem to find the big sticks.
Tommy Gorman marks from the kick-in duties. Floating in from the side, Cokill. 2 bites of the cherry. Wasn't afforded the mark. Shut under pressure for Corowa. Really nice, calm kick under pressure. Finds Paddy Lavis at half-back for Cora Rutherglen. Margin at 21 points. The 16th minute mark for Club Mulwala. Third quarter for Albert-Onga MG. Out the back trying to fist that ball was Reed Clark. Clancy, inboard hand pass to Bradkey. A long way from home. Chips this into the forward line, but I reckon it's gone out of bounds on the full. And a free kick to Yarrawonga at half-back and Cam Wilson. We might get some 40-wing stats if we can, Dan Vaccaro.
Yeah, well, a really good quarter by Corowa, but it's 6-5 in terms of the inside 50 count. Cora Rutherglen 3 marks inside 50, so of Yarrawonga, so it's pretty even on the stat sheet at the moment. Willie Wheeler, he's had 13 disposals. Dan Howe, 21. And Jed Longmire's had the 14.
Reed Clark got a couple of 1-2s in that passage of play. Whooper Irvine on hands and knees back to Clark. Good hand pass to McKenna. It's opened up here for Fothergill. Running shot on the left from 40. Misses again.
Jeez.
A big let-off from the Yarrawonga Pigeons, who look really good at the moment. They can't find a goal. 5 goals, 9-39. That's 4 points in a row to 9-5-59 on the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard. They're holding on here, the Roos.
Yeah, they just... Yarra just can't seem to find the score they need, and it's got that pattern where it's like a team dominates position for so long, and then the other team's just able to go down and just take the pressure and kick a goal. So, but Yarra's credit, they've been great in locking the ball inside their forward 50 to force these repeat entries.
So Yarrawonga out on the far side, trying to get the football back inside forward 50. Boundary line wins out. We'll go around the grounds if we can for Everton Farm Supplies, please, Dan Vaccaro.
Yeah, thanks, Panda. Aubrey Sports Ground, Aubrey 48, plays Wodonga 61, so they kicked another one to give him a bit more breathing space. Murderford 28, plays Wanga out of 56, and Raiders 46, plays North Aubrey 39.
Yarrawonga going inside 50 again. May takes a nice intercept mark against Mark Wiley.
Been good this quarter, mate.
Yep. What are his numbers, Dan Vaccaro?
Well, he only had 6 at half-time. He's had 5 already this quarter.
He's starting to insert his dominance as McKenna cleaned up Brody Ayres right in front of our commentary position, but he was tough, Brody. Bounced straight back up. Made of the tough stuff from Corowa. McCarthy with another bullet-like kick down the line, looking for the Texan with his arms chopped. Umpire says no. And a boundary thrown at half-forward for Corowa, who have kicked in this third quarter for Albert-Onga MG the only 3 goals. They led by a goal at half-time. They lead by 20 points at the 19th minute mark for Club Mulwala. Boundary throw in. Yarrawonga work it out. The Morris medalist Wheeler. Left foot kick looking for McKenna. Surely got one high. Umpire says no. Finlay. Kick was partially smothered off the boot. Shutt and Donovan come up, meet the football on centre wing, but Corowa have the numbers. Forrest runs away. Bounces through the middle of the ground. He's got a lot of time and space. Kicks to space. Bradkey on a searching lead. Lets it bounce in front of him. Brad Ryan tracks after him. Bradkey's kicked 4 goals. Been Corowa's best. And a boundary throw in right in front of that marquee out on the far side. Benny T for Avis.
Yeah, I think Corowa just starting to take back a little bit more territory now and stop that press that Yarra had going. So they're going to want to make the most. Again, it's not as many goals this quarter, but they're going to need to try and pin one back here. I think Yarrawonga need to kick the next if they're going to get back into this contest.
Yeah, I agree. And as we go around the grounds and miss those pool, there's some really close games at the moment. Wodonga Raiders 46 plays North Aubrey 40, and the other close one is Aubrey 48 plays Wodonga 61.
Cokill, in fact, that was Gorman. He thought his arms were chopped. Umpire said no. Longmire with his head over the Sharon. Donovan getting tackled by Tommy Longmire. Umpire says, give it to me. On the right side of the centre circle. Yarrawonga still yet to kick a goal in this third quarter.
And Big Jack Elliott, no impact this quarter, 1 disposal.
Wow.
There he is on cue. Grabbed it out of the ruck and went the fend off. Lucky not to be holding the ball. Wheeler, Harry, caught high.
Stiff.
In fact, it's Willie Wheeler.
15, Willie Wheeler, been solid.
And a 50. I can only imagine that is for Chirp. So Willie Wheeler will be marched to the top of the goal square, and this will become a certainty for Yarrawonga, and it's fair to say they need this big time.
Yeah, they certainly do, and that's just a massive letdown for Corowa. There has been times this year where discipline has really hurt them through 50-metre penalties and through poor discipline there, and it's just gonna let Yarra just put their foot back into the door here, and this is not what Corowa wanted at all.
21 minutes gone in the third term for Club Mulwala. Willie Wheeler, the Morris medalist, comes in and kicks it. Brings the margin back to 14 points. 45-59 for Harvey Norman betting. A much-needed goal for the Pigeons.
Yeah, as Benny Tallarico said, really disappointing, and you don't know what was said or what it was for, but regardless, just don't say anything. You just don't have to give away that 50-metre penalty, and especially to a player like Willie Wheeler, he's going to make you pay pretty much 9 times out of 10. So that's a goal that's going to get him back into it here, Yarra. So Corowa, they need to respond now. They've been good in the midfield all day, especially in the third quarter. Now's their time to bite back.
And that was the Channel 9 cricket theme as Willie Wheeler's goal celebration.
Good cricketer, Willie. Very good cricketer.
He is a good cricketer.
So is his brother, Harry. Matt Casey was a very good cricketer as well, now playing for Shepparton.
I think they won the flag this year, Yarrawonga, actually.
Over the Rovers United Bruck.
Yep, correct.
Okay. So a much-needed goal for the Pigeons. Cora holding on here in this third quarter for Alberdonga MG. Of course, Yarrawonga came into this game inside the top 5 in 4th position. Corowa back in 8th. A couple of big losses in a row for the Roos, but they've got a recharged outfit today. 7 ins. Here's Wheeler again, getting busy in the middle. Whooper Irvine, the sandwich. It was the slice of ham. Geordie Ayres ran into trouble. Gives it out the back here to Tommy Forrest. A really good exiting kick. Finds Brody Ayres in front of our commentary position. We're about 2 metres away here from this. Ayres, his kick was smothered by Fronfelder. Hansen goes in and helps. Young Brody Ayres back to Longmire. Under pressure from Wiley. Caught holding the ball. They've stepped up their intensity here, Yarrawonga. The former coach, Mark Wiley, has the ball 50 out. Slide angle still in front of our commentary position, half forward. It's a very congested forward 50. He's saying I'm going to have a shot here. He's pointing towards the sticks. Has to be play on. So he sits the ball up and asks for a lead, and it wasn't the right option. And Brody Ayres marks in defence for Corowa.
Shades of his older brother Ryan there, I reckon, young Brody. He's been good today. I thought had a couple of really strong contests, and I think he's just got to listen to the voices around him.
Goes out wide. Good mark by Deacon Clancy.
Big Clance.
Big Clance with a big mark at the 23rd minute mark.
Through too.
59-45. Corowa lead on the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard. Late stages. Time on in the third quarter. It's called to play on. Clance goes down the line. Yarrawonga with the numbers. Gets out the back of the contest though, and McCaffrey spots up Jolliffe at half forward. Good mark in the Dukes. Out in front of Tyler Lovell. And Jolliffe is going to go by hand. He's now called to play on. Loads up from 50. Not great purchase on the kick. And it goes through for 1 minus score. Cora Rutherglen 9-6-60. Yarrawonga 6-9-45. Margin back to 15 points.
That was the wrong call there by the umpire. He didn't step off his mark. He went to go take the handball, and the umpire just went a bit overzealous.
Yeah, agreed.
Kick in comes from Yarrawonga. It's been marked here by Brad Ryan, the Pint captain in the NTFL. A high 9-iron pitching wedge in the middle of the ground. May got 2 hands to it, wasn't able to mark. Tries to apply a tackle on young Forge, who kicks a good one in the middle of the ground. Leading up at the football to Harry Wheeler there was Mark Wiley. He goes to Reed Clark. Floating old kick. Will he get the right bounce? He doesn't. He doesn't. And it's through for a minus score. Yarrawonga, 6 goals, 10-46 to Corowa, 9-6-60. Margin back to 14 points.
Is that 1-5 for the quarter?
1-5 at the 25th minute mark for Club Mulwala in the third quarter. Clancy got 2 hands to it. One thing the sides have done all day today is kick the ball in extremely quick, and it's given me absolutely no chance to take a breath, gents.
They're stitching you up, aren't they, Panda?
I'm happy with that.
As the siren sounds to end the third quarter here on O&M Live, and Cora Rutherglen are in a winning position for the first time in a very long time over Yarrawonga. They lead by 14 points, 9-6-60 to the Pigeons, 6-10-46. Will Corowa hold on and score their first win over the Pigeons in 18 years. Stay with us on O&M Live. Fourth quarter on the other side of this. It's O&M Live, where you won't miss a thing.
SS&A, this is your place.
All right. I love you. Have a good shift.
The all-new Nissan Navara, built for the grid shift.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shorty get inspired. How about that? How about that? This time, shorty get.
Explore where your new home begins. Discover our designs. Discover local land. Discover what's possible. Visit Sundancer Homes' new sales centre and showroom at 482 Kiowa Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
This goes out to all the athletes, the fitness buffs, and the huff and puffs. On your marks, get set. Find your perfect fit at the athlete's foot.
On Edge FM.
Three-quarter time here at the J. Celo Oval, and Corowa lead Yarrawonga by 14 points with a chance to beat the Pigeons for the first time in 18 years. Blake Penderescott with you, Dan Vaccaro, Benny Tallarico, and we'll go to Divac for our Premix Kings quarters best in the third quarter. Divac?
Yeah, thanks, Panda. Tommy Forrest has to be him for Corowa. He has just been absolutely superb. And I also think Caelan Bradkey as well. He kicked 2 goals, 2 big goals as well, where he was getting a lot of flack from the sideline. So KB and Tommy Forrest, they've probably been the best players all day as well. For Yarrawonga, I still think probably Dan Howe. He had 7 disposals that quarter. He's had 22 for the game. He's been Yarrawonga's best for mine.
Yeah, I'd say KB that quarter was fantastic with the 2, and I reckon at the moment Foz might just have him pipped in terms of Corowa's best player today. Yeah, for the Pigeons, like Dan Howe, across all 3 quarters has been super. Whether he's been down back or through the middle, he's been fantastic. I think one I think we want to see probably a bit more of a lift for Yarrawonga is probably Cam Wilson. Had a great first quarter, but probably has gone a bit missing in the second and the third. So Yarra going to want him to sort of bounce back and have a big say in this last quarter.
7 in the first, 5 in the second, and then he had 3 that quarter. So he's tapered off every quarter, Cam, and they really need him if Yarra are going to have a chance for this 14-point deficit.
Yeah, I reckon Angus Curry might actually be doing a bit of a run with role on him at the moment. He's done a good job.
Tallarico! We want more Tallarico!
Let's say Corowa man, well refreshed down there. Benny, who's that, my friend?
I reckon that's Sam Hay, who I coached with last year, and unfortunately on the radio you can't put subtitles on, which he will need later tonight because he loves a hard solo, Big Haggy, and you're not going to be able to send a word he says if
I reckon he's already having a few hard solos just quietly.
I guarantee you.
Okay, gents. Dan Vaccaro, do Corowa beat Yarrawonga here and hold on?
Yes, they do.
Benny Tell?
Yep.
Oh.
Okay, well, just for
Panda?
Just for something else,
all right.
I'm going to say Corowa win.
Hey.
Let's see how they go, hey. Back in the middle here. Yarrawonga need the first goal. Here's Jack Elliott. Out of the stoppage, sends it inbound. Whooper Irvine still playing forward. Good defence here by Cora Rutherglen. They clear the footy through Geordie Ayres. Finds Tex Longmire, but he dropped it through the big Jukes. Able to regather though. Inboard kick looking for Jed Longmire. Stuck out the one Duke and took a nice mark. Did Jed Longmire, who's been really solid on his return for Corowa today.
16 disposals.
Almost downfield on Jed Longmire. Umpire says no. Jack Elliott marks for Yarrawonga at halfback. How many for big Jack, Divac?
Jack Elliott, he just had his 12th disposal then, Panda.
Looking for Dan Howe on centre wing. Knocked over the line by Jed Longmire.
Only had the 1 disposal in the third quarter, so well held. But he's obviously still been pretty dominant in the hit-out brigade.
And a boundary throw in here. Half forward for the Roos. Lead by 14 points. Fourth quarter, all thanks to KFC. And I tell you what, it is a beautiful KFC here at Yarrawonga. I'll be calling in there and getting a 3-piece fed on the way home. Tex Longmire, thought he was held high. McCaffrey, dribbling little kick, gains 30 valuable yards here for Corowa, and a boundary throw in, 55 around from their goal.
Yeah, pretty even start, and just quietly, that was a bit of a weird menu item for Panda, 3-piece feed. No one's gotten a 3-piece feed since 1998, I don't know.
I love the chicken at KFC. I'm not a burger fan. Maybe a Zinger box every now and then.
What's your go-to?
Twister combo.
Oh, Twister, that's a bit strange too.
Yeah.
Elliott.
Pepper mayo, mate.
Yeah, pepper mayo's good.
Good as it gets.
Willie Wheeler, left foot kick down the line. Stephen May sits himself in the hole and marks. How many for May now, Dan?
About to have his 12th.
Every single one of these kicks, though, has been spot on. He kicks it into the pocket. Bradkey flew high. Reed Clark under pressure. Umpire says, give it to me. As Darren Creswell is marching up and down the boundary line. He's up for this contest. He knows how much this means to the footy club. Deep in attack here for Corowa. Dan Howe again. His kick, though, is intercepted by Geordie Ayres, who plays on straight away. Dangerous looking kick. Purcell. On the second bite.
What a mark.
Deegan Purcell has taken an extraordinary mark on the second bite of the cherry. And he can line up directly in front to give the first goal of the fourth quarter to the Roos.
How good's that? It's just landed on his chest as he's come to the ground there. That's fantastic. So this is huge. This is massive for Corowa. It's exactly what they needed. So this is...
There's a fight in front of Deegan Purcell, but he doesn't care. He kicks it straight through the middle. And a massive goal for the Roos. Margin at 20 points at the 2.5-minute mark in this last quarter.
Yeah, boil over is well and truly brewing now. That was a great finish there by Corowa, and they've started the third quarter like they've started every quarter except for probably the first. They've come out of the blocks, and Yarrawonga are still stuck in the rooms. That's 3 repeat inside 50s, a mark inside 50, a juggler, and then obviously Longmire, May, Jai Lane even getting his hands on the footy now. So Cora Rutherglen in the absolute box seat.
Yep, and I think for me, Geordie Ayres started that chain at half back, got the intercept at half forward, been massive for the Roos at half back today.
Young Deegan Purcell with a really important goal, and Tex Longmire floating in from the side, taking a Mawson's concrete mark of the day for the young Texan. He's got the journey here. He kicked a big goal in the third quarter. He ran to the Yarrawonga crowd. And he could almost put the icing on the cake here for the Cora Rutherglen Footy Club. He'll kick this 52-53, Benny.
Yeah, it's going to take his absolute best. I dare say he'd want a couple of blokes on the line here, but if he connects with it, I'm never going to undersell or underestimate the Texan.
So only 17 or 18 years of age, Benny?
Yes, 17.
17-year-old kid with a chance to give his beloved Roos a 26-point lead at the 5-minute mark of the last quarter. He arcs around on the right. Does he have the journey? It's going to land in the goal square. Oh, Purcell once again.
Another.
Deegan Purcell with a Mawson's concrete mark of the day. Takes a hanger, kicks a goal, and that's his second. Corowa on fire.
That is a dead set screamer. That is a ripper, isn't it? Back to back, both the young boys getting it done for their side, and this is massive for the Roos. I think it's been a long time coming. They haven't obviously had the wood over Yarra for so long, and they're playing some great football. And it starts at the midfield. The mids have been fantastic. They've gotten their clearance game going. And as I said, like, hats off to the makeshift ruck grade between Deacon Clancy and Joe Hansen. They are doing a great job to quell the influence of big Jack Elliott.
Don't worry about Stephen May, boys. They got Tony Modra playing for Cora Rutherglen. That was an absolute screamer.
Deegan Purcell with a massive moment. That's his 14th goal of the year. What a young talent he is proving to be for Cora Rutherglen this year. A goal in almost every game and multiple goals now in 5 of 8 games for the year. What a year he's having. Over to Yarrawonga now, 26 points down. They've got to kick the next and really quickly in this last quarter for KFC. Jack Elliott with a tap down. Webster, fumbled, overran the football. Went back and got it though. Elliott fumbled. They just look a little frazzled here, Yarrawonga. May, big intercept mark as the ball goes inside 50 for Yarrawonga. And since quarter time, Divac, he's had a really good game.
Yeah, he has. He's been super.
And a 50. No idea why here. That Stephen May is going to be marched in the middle of the ground.
Did he move on the mark?
I have no idea, Benny T, for Avis.
I don't think it would have been lip because there's probably no reason to give any lip. So whether or not he's just moved off the mark there and the umpires pinged him.
Get it in quick to young Purcell. He's the man of the moment. He loads up once again into the pocket. Purcell!
Oh my gosh.
On cue. If you don't mind. This is a massive moment in the career of young Deegan Purcell, who has put Cora Rutherglen on his back in this last quarter. He can line up for 3 goals in 6 minutes to cap off 2 massive grabs.
That is enormous. And as you said as well, Stephen May has just come right into this game. It's been huge. His kicking's been fantastic. So this would be massive for Deegan and the Roos.
Purcell for 3 on the trot. Remember the name, Deegan Purcell, Cora fans. Margin at 32 points.
You talk about breakout games, Panda. This is a breakout 5 minutes, as big as I've ever seen. That is unbelievable marking by young Deegan Purcell and Stephen May. We talked about he's grown into this game beautifully. He only had 6 disposals at halftime. Well, he's had 10 since halftime, and he's been super. He's been intercepting. He's been kicking well. And young Deegan Purcell, I'm just about speechless for that young fella.
He's been huge. Copped a lot of flack for picking him in the interleg last year, boys. So he's proving me right, that's for sure.
Deegan Purcell, wowee. I tell you what, we were toing and froing about who the player of the day was going to be. I reckon we've sewn it up now.
Oh, jeez, he's come from the clouds, hasn't he?
Dan Howe inside 50 again. May, the wall, who's come alive in this second half, goes out wide. Corowa with their tails up. Clancy has it on the far side. Everything turning to gold here for Cora Rutherglen. Inside 50, Bradkey, caught one around the chops. Ryan wins the footy back for Yarrawonga. goes here towards Wilson on hands and knees. Bradkey gives it back to Reed Clark. Rebounding inside off defensive 50. Kicks to half forward. Jolliffe tackled. Got a hand pass away. Shut. Finds Geordie Ayres on the far wing for Cora Rutherglen. Inboard to Will Axelby. He's going to switch it to the broadcast wing. Marked by the Texan. On centre wing. Goes out wide looking for Joe Hansen, who's never played in a win over Yarra. Until last year, he never played in a win over Albury, and now he gets a 50.
Wow.
Forges ran straight in the protected area, and Joe Hansen can go and put the result beyond doubt pretty much at the top of the goal square.
Yeah, that's they've been hot on it, haven't they? That's the last two 50-metre penalties I think have come from that movement off the mark. So this is huge. And like Joey Hansen's just been there for Cora through it all. He's stood by the club as loyal as they come. And this would be fitting if he goes back and puts this through. And you watch them get around him if he slots this.
Joe Hansen was concussed a couple of weeks ago against Myrtleford. Missed the last 2 weeks when Cora were pumped. Now has a chance to put the result beyond doubt. Hansen comes in and hooks it.
Oh, killer. Anticlimactic there, wasn't he?
Thanks for killing the vibe,
we built
Joey.
it up.
Thanks for killing the vibe.
Typical ruckman.
33 points the margin. They still look well in control, Cora Rutherglen, in this last quarter for KFC. D-Vac?
Yeah, they've put this game to bed for mine. They are playing brilliant footy. Yarrawonga can't even get some sort of territory at the moment, so Corowa doing it beautifully. And around the ground, so Mr. Stowe's Pilwell, the game at Albury Sports Ground. Albury 68, plays Wodonga 61, so up by 7 points.
Jakes on the ground, hand pass. Amory through traffic. They just look a bit flat-footed, Yarrawonga. Coro are doing all the running here in this last quarter for KFC. Tommy Gorman has cleaned up fairly Geordie Ayres. May putting himself in a dangerous position. Goes by hand to Axelby. Good tackling pressure here from the Pigeons, who force a turnover in the middle of the ground. Howe swung around in a tackle. Possessed. Good come from behind tackle there from Cannell. Wrapped up a Pigeon.
Oh, here we go. Behind play.
And behind play, it's on. It is absolutely on here, and there's a high free kick. It's going to go the way of Corowa. And from where the contest is, Tommy McCaffrey. There's whistles everywhere. There's fights everywhere. And Pickle Rick Lavis marks inside 50 for Corowa.
I reversed it. He reversed it.
There's a reversal. I can only assume that is against Tex Longmire, maybe, because the Corowa bench were... No, it wasn't against Tex Longmire.
Tom McCaffrey.
You're right, I think it might be. He was running inside 50 on his own, Tex Longmire.
Yeah, that could be a turning point there.
Yeah. So Pickle Rick Lavis was having a shot on goal, and now there's been a reversal in the middle of the ground. And Yarrawonga have it through Bailey Fronfelder. 79 plays 46, still a very healthy 33-point lead here for the Pigeons. Fronfelder, long. Where are the Flyers? McKenna wasn't able to mark. Wheeler pumped, and a big crunching fair hip and shoulder from Curry. And Cora Rutherglen kicked the football into their forward half of the ground. They get a boundary throw into the right of the scoreboard. All the big contests are being won by the blue and the white of Coro in this last quarter. Benny?
Glad you clarified there, mate. Both teams obviously in the blue and the white, just different shades.
Correct, which is why I said
Coro.
Well,
you've done well.
Boundary throw in.
Wow.
Chandler tackled. There we go. Another ball up in the edge of the square. So all the scoring done by Deegan Purcell, the 19-year-old kid for Cora in this last quarter. 3 goals in 6 minutes. All those 3 in a 3-minute burst. Corowa win the ball again. Here's Cannell into the pocket. Bradkey sliding down. Wasn't able to mark. Ryan onto Webster. And now Fothergill. His kick smothered. And another boundary throw in attack here for Corowa.
Yeah, it was great by Will Axelby. Obviously coming across from the Canberra League, playing at Queanbeyan. So he's been fantastic. I think he's given them plenty of run and he uses the ball really well. So he's added a bit of polish to the Corowa team. All right, ball comes back in.
Some stats, please, Dan Vaccaro for 40 Winks.
Yeah, so Corowa, they've been fantastic. 8 inside 50s to 3 in this last quarter. And Stephen May, he has been super in this last quarter. 6 disposals, and he's taken an intercept mark as well. He has been super around the ground. 68 plays 62 in favour of Albury over Wodonga. Wodonga lined up for a goal, about 35 out directly in front.
Also a close game at Birrelea Park where the margin's bugger all. I think it's under a goal between North Albury and the Raiders as well. Dan, so we'll get you to give that score when you can.
Absolutely, and the scores are level at the Albury Sports Ground. 68 apiece.
Fothergill wins the football here for Yarrawonga. Kicks it out wide, but out of bounds on the full in front of the scoreboard.
And that around the grounds again, Panda, for Birrelea Park is Raiders 49 and North Albury just in front, 52.
All right, so 2 really close games. If you can keep us up to date with those scores for Everton Farm Supplies, whenever you can, Devac, that would be beautiful.
Anything for you, Blake?
Forrest gets around the man on the mark, pumps the footy to half forward. Forge, who grows in stature every time I see this young kid play, has the footy at half back. He's another good young kid, is Forge.
Yeah, Forge played the Interleague 2 years ago. He's a ripper.
So he goes long.
Oh,
and a good mark by Stephen May, who has been the best player, probably alongside Deegan Purcell on the ground in this last quarter. Hansen has the footy in the middle of the ground. Flicks it out wide. Cody Shutt on centre wing. Leading up at the football is Lavis. He marks. 79-46. 33-point margin in favour of Corowa for Border Switchboards. Chandler, did he get pushed in the back? Umpire says no. And a boundary throw and 50 around from Corowa goal.
Plenty of commentary from the bench down below, Panda. It's great. They're definitely amongst it and like to give a bit of feedback where it's there. So this is massive if Corowa can kick the next one.
Boundary throw in. Wilson tackling Elijah Amory. Kick rebounded towards McCaffrey. It's a high up and under. Deegan Purcell got 2 hands to it. Unbelievably, he didn't mark the football. Reed Clark onto Fothergill. He's got it at half back. It's just got to be absolutely bloody perfect here for Yarrawonga. A trail by 33 points. You'd think it's too far. They need 6 straight in about 10 minutes of footy.
Not going to happen.
Dan says it's done and dusted. Bullet-like kick finds Archie Jakes. Point of the defensive square. He's going to open up the corridor with a kick that doesn't quite get to Cam Wilson, who has to apply a tackle on the middle of the ground. The ball up to the right of the circle.
Sorry, Blake, around the ground. Smithstowe Paul Wells Wodonga in front again, 74-68. So it's a seesawing affair, that one.
So a ball up in the middle of the ground. Crowd a little stunned here, I reckon, at the JC Low Oval. A little quiet.
Oh,
it's a high free kick.
No. It's here with Liam McCarthy and Jakes.
So there's a free kick to Yarrawonga.
Oh.
And Cam Wilson, who goes out wide to a teammate running out there. It's Reed Clark. Gets around Cannell. Shakes, bakes. Goes long with a ball inside forward 50. Getting to the front of the contest was Elliott. Straight through the midst. Did all the hard work. And Tex Longmire deep in defence for Kyle Rutherglen. Runs with pace. Kicks a bit of a floater. Asks a lot of his teammate out there. Forge gave it straight to Pickle Rick Lavis. Kick turned over in the middle of the ground to Brad Ryan, who marks for Yarrawonga. Goes out laterally, looking for Dan Howe, who's been Yarrawonga's best today. He's fought for every possession.
24 disposals for Dan Howe.
And a ball up out there on the far side in front of the marquee. Still the margin at 33 points for Border Switchboards. We played 16 minutes for Club Mulwala in the fourth quarter.
Been very impressed with Tex Longmire's game today, fellas. I think he's been fantastic. His ball use, presenting the footy, and obviously his finishing in front of goal has been top shelf.
And Pickle Rick Lavis wins the free kick for another off-the-ball incident here. For Cora Rutherglen, went down behind play. They're soaking up every second here, the Roos, and why not? This is going to be a massive win. Maybe not in the context of their season, but just in their fortunes as a footy netball club. It's going to mean a lot to them. It's the longest losing streak in the Ovens and Murray as it stands, and it's about to be broken.
2008. We'll just repeat to our listeners.
Wow.
It was the last time. That's huge.
Clark finds Wilson in the middle of the JC Low Oval, which is held up pretty good with a fair bit of rain during the week. Fothergill, inside forward 50. Elliott crashed the pack. Cogill flying shot on goal. It's across the face for a minor score. And that is the first score of the quarter for the Yarrawonga Pigeons, and it's come at the 17th minute mark.
Wow.
Yeah, I reckon everyone's stunned here. Like Yarrawonga, they were in this game at half-time, and Corowa, to their credit, they've absolutely dominated this affair.
And Deegan Purcell's come off the ground. Keep him on, Pricey. He's cramping. He's cramping, I'm hearing. What a quarter he's had. 3 goals in 3 minutes and 2 screamers.
Absolutely.
As they pile in on each other here, and the umpire says, give it to me at half forward for Yarra.
Tell you what, if I'm Deegan Purcell, I'm going to have a shower and crack open a beer right now. Because the game's over and he's just won the game.
Yeah.
He's done a Stewie Dew in 08. He's just turned it on for 5 minutes and won the game.
Oh, yeah, it's been massive.
You got a big job, Benny. You don't want to be unpopular and not go to him.
Yeah.
Pick someone else.
I don't know, Dan. Well, there's been some pretty good players for the Roos today.
I know, but the romance of that, that's...
I know.
This guy's been really good too. Tex Longmire.
Tex has been good. The big Texan. Liam McCarthy's got a claim for the 1 quarter, best quarter, but that's it.
Oh, I reckon him and Deegan could probably fight it out for best quarter of the day.
No, well, true.
Yeah.
Stephen May as well.
Yeah, amazing.
Very good in this last quarter.
He's had 8 disposals this quarter, Stephen May, and I reckon 4 or 5 of them, have just come from intercept marks, Peter. So he has been super.
And has not wasted a disposal.
Nope.
I reckon a kick, not one of his kicks have gone over 10 metres from the ground as well. They have been bullets. Here's Willie Wheeler. Tied up against the boundary. Left foot kick. Forrest and Cogill collide, and then trudging towards the ball is Jack Elliott and Longmire, who are happy to see this over the chalk. We'll have a boundary throw in about 47 metres around from Yarrawonga goal. The 19th minute mark for Club Mulwala. Another around the grounds update for Everton Farm Supplies.
Still 69 to 74, but Albury lining up about 25 out directly in front, so that should put them in front again in that quarter. And the other game is 50 to 53 in favour of North.
Here's inside 50 here for Yarrawonga. Gorman tracking after the footy. Jolliffe sees it over the line. So it's repeating in the last quarter. 3 goals, all to Deegan Purcell. The margin was 14 points at 3-quarter time favouring Corowa. And the young 19-year-old has kicked 3 goals in the last quarter to put the result beyond doubt.
Yeah, it's been unbelievable, honestly. I haven't seen a patch like that for a very long time. And from a young fella too, it's been impressive to watch.
And in a team sense, the thing that's made it so impressive, Benny, is it's full credit to Corowa. They've been the team that's been amazing. It hasn't been Yarra dropping off necessarily.
Cogill finally breaks the drought for Yarrawonga. Snapping from the ruck contest, the boundary throw-in. And that is his first goal today. Make it second goal today for Benny Cogill, and the margin back to 26 points.
Yeah, there'd have to be some sort of miracle that we've never seen before for anything to go haywire here. There'd only be probably 5 minutes left, and they've got to kick 6 goals, or 5 goals. So definitely out of reach. And some of the players that are responsible of that, Stephen May's been fantastic this last quarter. Will Chandler, he's been solid, but I've really loved Tommy Forrest's game today. For mine, he's probably been the most consistent player on the ground, Benny.
Yeah, great. Across the 4 quarters, I think Tommy Forrest has had a great impact today.
You'd be a brave man not to give the Rebel training to Deegan Purcell. Wheeler tumbles one inside forward 50 for Yarrawonga. Goes over the line for another boundary throw-in. Hope you've enjoyed the action here on Edge FM's O&M Live and O&M Snap Print Solutions TV. Big build-up all week this game. Stephen May making a rare one-off appearance for Corowa. And, of course, the Roos with a lot of belief with 7 massive ins for this big King's birthday long weekend contest. Tommy Forrest.
I'm probably in the camp where he's been the best.
Yeah, I agree. I think, don't get me wrong, KB and Deegan have had some absolute huge moments, but from the very start of the game, Tom Forrest has had an absolute blinder down back for them.
Jolliffe exiting kick towards McCarthy. He thought he was pushed in the contest. The Texan kicked 2 goals today. Young Tex Longmire sees it over the chalk. Boundary throw-in.
Yeah, I reckon there's a sensible decision and the romantic decision. I reckon Deegan's the romantic. And,
I think
Tommy
you'll find
Forrest,
the more social media activity might come for Deegan Purcell. It's all about the numbers.
Oh.
And here's Curry swooping on the football. I will continue to apply pressure on you too, because that is my job. McCaffrey swings around on the left. He's been good today as well, Tommy McCaffrey. Looking for... You don't think so, Dan? Okay.
I'm joking.
That was as blunt as buggery, wasn't it?
That was just for the player of the day, of course. He's been very solid, but he's just nowhere near player of the day.
No, not according to you. Longmire onto Irvine. to Wilson. Slipped, got one high. The Texan got him around the throat area.
I reckon I thought I was off air then for a second.
Cam Wilson goes inboard towards Reed Clark. The microphones are always on, D-Vac.
Clearly.
And Nick Fothergill marks. He's too far out to score here, I reckon. The smooth operator, Fothergill.
He hasn't got the time to take here, I don't think. He's probably getting... How much longer do you reckon we've got here?
Couple of minutes, if that.
Yeah.
22 minutes gone. Margin at 26 points. He's called to play on. Drop punt on the way. Is across the face.
Yeah. A bit of rain just starting to come down here at JC Low Oval as
Tell you
well.
what.
So.
Looking for a bit of distance from Nick Fothergill. Margin back to 25 points. Around the ground, do we have an update at the Albury Sports Ground and Birrelea Park, please, Dan?
So still 4 points at Birrelea Park in favour of Wodonga over Albury. And the other game, 51 plays 59 in favour of North.
You did get the venues mixed up when you gave those scores, Dan, but I'll let you off.
That's all right. It's been a long day with you two.
It has.
Oh.
Boundary throw in from the kick in.
Alrighty.
Still in attack here for Yarrawonga. A little too late for the Pigeons, who are going to move to 4-4. And Cora Rutherglen are going to move to 3-5. And of course, they only won the 3 games last year, and at the halfway mark of the season, they're going to equal that now. The Texans just providing a little bit of context down there, which is what you like to see. As Yarrawonga go forward once again here in this last quarter, but a lot of boundary throw-ins at the moment as the clock ticks down. 24 minutes gone. All thanks to KFC. I'll be heading straight to that drive-through and getting myself a 3-piece feed on the way home.
Might follow you.
Potato and gravy, all the works. McKenna trying to just impact the game somehow. McCaffrey applying a big bump. Wilson's been sandwiched a few times today. And another ball up inside Yarrawonga's attacking 50.
He's a player that sort of trickled off as the game went on too, Cam Wilson. He started the game really strong. Look, he's going to have 20. He's been solid. Just hasn't had the huge impact that he had in that first term.
There's a whistle here and a free kick, and it's going to go the way of Yarrawonga.
Yeah, they made the move early, Cora, to send Angus Curry to him, and I think he's done a great job after that first quarter. Really stopped Cam's influence around the contest and was able to sort of allow Cora to get back into the game with their contest work. So, now look, there's been a lot of players for Cora that have had fantastic games, but I think the way in which they've been able to stem Yarrawonga's ball use has been impressive.
Jack Elliott, drop punt on the way is good. It's true for Yarrawonga, but it's a little too late. Margin back to 19 points, 25 played here for Club Mulwala in the fourth quarter for KFC.
Yeah, it's just a consolation now. Jack Elliott, look, he's been okay. He's had a really quiet second half. He's only had 3 disposals. Albeit he's probably won the hitouts, well, undoubtedly probably won the hitouts today. Hasn't exactly correlated to a complete display in the midfield by Yarrawonga by any stretch. They've won the clearance battle, but Cora Rutherglen have just done such a great job in defending that clearance and then going forward with their ball use as well. So, great day all around for Cora.
Back in the centre. Out of the middle, the Roos go once again. Good fist from Jordan Urquhart. Ball trickles back to Longmire, tackled by Wilson, who's tried hard all day. And Longmire and Wilson are going at it in the middle of the ground. A few words exchanged, no doubt. Of course, the former best and fairest winner at the Roos. And there's a reversal free kick going to who?
I think it's going
to Cora Rutherglen.
It's going to Amer. I think back to Donovan. Just a little bit of work off the ball there.
So a free kick to Cora Rutherglen in the middle of the ground. Elijah Amory with the footy. He's going to load up long. McCarthy trying to fist the football. Dan Howe caught one in the back. Umpire says ball up. Inside 50 here for Cora Rutherglen.
Dan Howe's been super today. He's had 25 disposals. He's been Yarrawonga's best, I think. He's probably played half back, but a lot of midfield today. Super player.
It wouldn't be long to go now, lads, I reckon.
Seconds.
Getting caught there was Chandler. Grab without the football. In fact, it's Cannell.
I'll do it.
And we're going to have a shot on goal here for Cora Rutherglen. Late stages of the fourth quarter. We might go around the grounds quickly if we can, Dan Vaccaro.
Yeah, still 4 points of difference at the Albury Sports Ground. Bulldogs 11-8-74 place Tigers 10-10-70. And I'll get the other game for you right now as well, Blake. 65 plays 51, so North Albury look like they're going to do it over the Wodonga Raiders.
A big scare for North Albury. As Cannell lines up here, he'll just break the arc of the 50. Not sure he's going to get the distance. Clancy providing a contest. Yarrawonga try and clear the defensive lines. Fothergill, left foot kick, swings it back into the middle of the ground. Running hard at the football was shut. Finlay with good hands. In fact, that was Donovan as Yarrawonga surged the football forward. I think that was a hold then against McKenna, but the umpire says play on. Longmire has it for Cora Rutherglen. Every second that counts down is a really important moment for Cora Rutherglen, who lead by 19 points. 28 minutes played in the last quarter. It's been the Roos King's birthday long weekend party, and there's Tommy Forrest once again.
There it is, boys.
There's Tommy Forrest once again.
If there was ever a defining moment for player of the day.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the man that won them the game in the last quarter, and Deegan Purcell with 3 goals and 2 speckies.
No, he's the man that's kept him in the game for the whole all 4 quarters, I reckon,
well
Panda. So, no, I'll stick to me guns here.
Don't
I reckon Tommy Forrest has been
I'll
huge.
continue to apply pressure as Archie Jakes goes long inside forward 50. McKenna stuck the Dukes out, and he will line up directly in front as the siren sounds. And for the first time in 18 long, painful years, Cora Rutherglen takes victory over the Yarrawonga Pigeons. It just depends on what the margin will be. McKenna lining up after the siren. He's kicked it. The margin's back to 13 points, but it doesn't matter. Stephen May came and conquered. And Corowa, for the first time since 2008, beat the Yarrawonga Pigeons.
Yeah,
how about that, Divac?
Oh, what a win by Corowa, as we said. Like, it might not be a huge win in terms of where they're going to finish on the ladder, but for this group and how young they are, that's a massive win. Deegan Purcell, he's the hero. He played an unbelievable last quarter. He took 3 big marks and kicked 3 big goals that won him the game. And but I think Benny Tallarico, our man, is going to go to the one that played the 4 quarters, who was absolutely brilliant off half-back. Big Tommy Forrest, he was amazing. And credit to Corowa, Yarrawonga couldn't even fire a shot in the second half, really. Like, we talked about how close it was at half-time. Yarrawonga really didn't put their foot on the throat at all, and Corowa overran him.
They certainly did. We'll get your numbers soon, D-Vac, and find some of the 40 Winks disposal leaders for the day as Benny Tallarico has exited out of the core box, and he's going to head downstairs for Avis Wangaratta and hopefully find out Revel training player of the day. And it looks like it is going to be Tommy Forrest, who was epic in defence all day.
Yeah, he was super.
What are his numbers, D-Vac?
Didn't take his numbers today, Tommy Forrest. He was absolutely super, but no, that'll be the last time I'm not taking his numbers. And around the grounds of Mr. Stowe's Pool World, Albury have taken a mark with, I reckon, only seconds to go, 30 metres out directly in front. So
Sweet.
that will be the game, I reckon, if he kicks it. There'd only be seconds left. There's 26 minutes gone.
So it is Jesse Wilson, of all people, the defender, who's lining up to put Albury in front in their 150-year celebration.
And he's kicked it.
And he has kicked it for Albury. So they're back in front by 2 points, and we'll continue to let you know what's happening in this game.
That's a huge moment too. And
Benny Tallarico heads out to Tommy Forrest, our Revel training player of the day. We'll get you to get a photo too, Benny, when you can. You with Tommy Forrest.
I've hired a cameraman. One of the Cora boys is going to take a picture after. But yeah, Tommy Forrest, mate. Obviously, fantastic 4-quarter effort from you, mate. The boys are very, very happy. How'd you find having Big Maisie down there with you today, mate?
Oh, he was awesome. He definitely added a bit of support down there, and yeah, gave me and Tommy Long a bit more chance to set up and stuff. So his voice is unreal. So yeah, it was very good to have.
And obviously, mate, playing a couple of games with the Swans VFL side, how have you enjoyed that, and what have you got out of that?
Yeah, definitely a good experience. Definitely a step up, and gives me a chance to look at what the next level's like. And yeah, coming back down to O&M, it's it's good to get back and have a win with the boys. So
awesome, mate. Well done. Go well. Celebrate hard.
Will do.
Tommy Forrest, our Revel training player of the day, and Benny Tallarico will make sure he grabs a photo on the phone if he can, and make sure that young man gives you the photo. Benny, for our socials.
As Spencer, he'll give it to me.
Good man, the old airdrop. So Tommy Forrest, our Rebel Training Player of the Day, and as we suggested before and spoke about, for the first time since 2008, Cora Rutherglen have beaten the Yarrawonga Pigeons. Cohen Ainsworth has marked for Albury. 5 metres in from the boundary, he goes short to Matt Wilson, who will line up right on the paint of the boundary.
There couldn't be too long left
to put Wodonga back in front. We might cross to that game after Cora Rutherglen sing the song.
He's kicked it.
Matt Wilson has kicked the most amazing goal for Wodonga.
Wow, that's huge.
And they regain the lead.
28 minutes gone. There'd have to be seconds left.
Wow, what a goal that is from the Wodonga Bulldogs.
In their 150-year anniversary, that's a massive game. That's huge.
Of course, Albury celebrating that.
And we probably haven't talked about it, but that's huge for the season, especially now with Yarrawonga losing to Corowa as well. So that's massive.
Of course, we're going down into the Cora Rutherglen rooms as we speak. And Wodonga have beaten Albury. There's a bit of confusion here about if someone's marked the ball. Oh, wow. Cora Rutherglen takes victory over Yarrawonga for the first time since 2008. They take the 4 points by 19 points here, 79 to 60. We're just going to stay with it here on Edge FM's O&M Live, and I'm not sure if Will back in the studio has the Albury Wodonga audio up from the YouTube.
I do.
We might just flick it over to 2AY now because there's a bit of confusion. Wodonga lead by 4 points over Albury, and they're just trying to decide whether the siren's gone and a mark has been taken inside 50 for Albury. Over to the audio, please.
They played on from that, which they cannot do. They've blown time off, so the siren should not have gone. The siren should not have gone off. The ball should come back to the middle because time was off. So technically, they should put 3 or 4 seconds back on the clock, and Isaac Miller gets to kick the ball from the centre circle.
An enormous controversy here at the Albury Sports Ground.
Boy, oh boy, wowee.
No call's been made. The umpires are still in there. Now, Muller's gone up to talk to the umpires.
What is going on? This is a tail wagging the dog here. The umpire should be making a decision.
I think the captains are trying to get an understanding of what's going on. I have never witnessed scenes like this in my 10 years of broadcasting football. Has anyone seen scenes like this in 150 years of the Albury Tigers?
It's a great question. It's something else, isn't it?
The umpires have got an almighty decision to make here. Bobby J, run us through it again, what you think's played out.
It was a centre square infringement against Wodonga, so therefore the free kick goes to the ruckman, which was Isaac Muller, and then they've played on advantage, which you cannot do from a centre bounce infringement. So the free kick goes to Isaac Muller after the siren, which I feel as though is happening right now.
And where's he going to have it from, Bobby?
The centre circle. So the mark will be on the centre line. This is the right decision, I do believe.
Well, I think there should still be 3 seconds on the clock.
Yes, correct. But we're not playing NBA basketball where they put 3 seconds back on, Gus.
Well, the siren's rung with time not being on the clock. That's the part that's baffling here at the Albury Sports Ground. So Jimmy Grills is having a chat to Isaac Muller here. So Muller's got the ball. So the mark to Garthwaite, null and void. Muller's got the ball in the centre of the ground. No one's capable of kicking the Sharon that far.
Holy smokes.
The Bulldogs currently lead 80 to 76. And Isaac Muller's going to have a shot from the centre circle.
Never seen anything like this.
Well, common sense is prevailed here, boys. You know,
well, the goal umpires are chatting to see whether the mark has been taken now. This is all I can assume. No. Well, what's the goal umpire
I've got no
for?
idea why the goal umpires are involved here. It has to be the 3 central umpires. They have to convene at the very least. No one else needs to be involved in this decision. So I'm not sure.
We're assuming that the siren off is going to stand, and Muller's going to have to kick a goal.
He's still asking the umpire what's going on. He's not quite sure.
So the umpires have not officially blown time off here yet.
So does that mean there's still a period of time on the clock, Bobby J? Who would know?
Well, obviously not, because he's having a shot at goal.
So Muller's going to go the torpedo. He's going to have to kick it 200 metres. It's a tumble punt. Is the mark taken? Umpires have signalled time. The umpires have signalled time, and the Bulldogs crash the Albury Tigers party. They have stolen victory from the jaws of defeat with 7 seconds of playing time left on the clock. Matt Wilson sealed the deal for the Wodonga Bulldogs.
Alrighty,
I've never witnessed a final passage of football like that in my life, Luke Francis.
So on dramatic. Edge FM's O&M Live. So a dramatic finish at the Albury Sports Ground. Huge controversy. We'll head to a break. When we come back, we'll try and catch up with Darren Creswell, the winning coach from Cora Rutherglen, and a few other things here from the JC Low Oval. Cora beat the Pigeons for the first time in 18 years. Wodonga beat Albury. It's all happening on King's Birthday long weekend in the Ovens of Murray. It's O&M Live, where you won't miss a thing.
SS&A, this is your place.
All right. I love you. Have a good shift.
The all-new Nissan Navara, built for the grid shift.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shorty get inspired. Abadan, this time, shorty get.
Explore where your new home begins. Discover our designs. Discover local land. Discover what's possible. Visit Sundancer Homes' new sales centre and showroom at 482 Kiowa Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
This goes out to all the athletes, the fitness buffs, and the Huff and Puffs. On your marks, get set. Find your perfect fit at the athlete's foot.